What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you are new to the channel, I'm your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it. You guys see the title, you see the thumbnail there. Did Sean Marks get fleeced in this trade, and could he actually have gotten more? I'm kind of still working on the title, man. There's going to be some changes to it to see if we can actually, if I can actually do better. So again, let's get into it over here, man. And hold on, let me see something here. Oh, Daniel, what's going on, man? What's good? What's good? Well, yeah, it's actually Sunday now, man. Saturday's actually over with. It's actually Sunday. So let's get into it over here, man. We see the Brooklyn Nets actually really traded Dennis Schroeder for, I think, a couple second round picks, and I believe that is the most you actually really going to get for him right there. That's the best value for a lot of different reasons, and one being, well, a couple of reasons, is that he's an expiring contract, right? You can't give up, so much for him, and you don't really know if he's going to kind of re-sign with your team or not. Two, I think Dennis Schroeder's only really playing like this is because it's really like a contract year for Dennis, right? We haven't seen him play like this in really like in a long time, especially when he actually really came over from the Toronto Raptors last season. I think if he would have played like this, I mean, one could say the Brooklyn Nets could have actually made the playing tournament. So two and number three, his size, right? He's a liability on defense, and teams can actually isolate him and really kind of target him. And really, and the thing is, he can't really put up any type of defensive resistance. We've seen that against the Memphis Grizzlies, right? I mean, you look at with Ja Morant and Desmond Bain. You look at their efficiency numbers. Ja Morant was 10 out of 19. Desmond Bain was 8 out of 14, and and I'm not saying that again. He doesn't really have to shut any of those guys down. Like, let's say, hold them to 0 points, but like in terms of like affecting their efficiency numbers, you want them to like really shoot more field goal attempts, right? Shoot higher numbers to score like 20 something points. So eight, I like Desmond Bain going 8 out of 14 is like no defensive resistance whatsoever. And like in order for Dennis Schroeder really to actually stay out there and really be effective, he has to be like scoring like 25 points a night, and you're just not going to really kind of get that from him. The timeline too, I mean, he's like 31, 32 years old, and you know, who knows how much money he was actually really going to actually command next season. So that was a headache that the Brooklyn Nets actually really got rid of. Um, we're talking about trading vets so we could tank. I'm happy he's gone. Going to miss him, yes. But this thing can actually blow up in Sean Mark's face now, right? You could trade all these veterans, right? And there's so many teams actually tanking right now. You could still get a number eighth or ninth pick, right? And you traded you traded away all these veterans, and now you're the Detroit Pistons. Now you're actually the Washington Wizards. So I mean, this is a serious gamble that Sean Marks is actually really doing right here. This is not guaranteed that they're actually, like the Nets are going to get a top 1 through 3 pick over here. It's not guaranteed. I would say it's a 5 to 10% probability, and I mean, I would be happy as a Nets fan that they would actually get it though, man. But uh, Anthony Paris over here says, "Oh, what's going on? Oh, I forgot this other guy over here. Let me get the link in. Let me get the link in here because a couple of guys wanted to actually chime in on the show. And let me see, invite guests, copy. Let me get a couple of. Let me get the link in here. I want to get your thoughts on this and who's actually next though, man. Now there's a couple of articles saying that Ben Simmons could be next. I'm saying it should be Claxton. If you can get out of that contract as soon as possible, I don't care. At the last 2 years of so-called tradable contract, I mean, the numbers are lower, and you could trade that contract, get him off the team. He provides no value, whatsoever. I mean, other than that, as a lob threat on the offensive end, he provides you no value. Like offense is really really critical. I value offense in today's NBA because of how skilled these players are. You're not going to really shut a lot of these guys down, man. If this is like the early '90s, right? The mid '90s, and you had like limitedly like skilled guards. You didn't really have like the guards you had back then, man. They weren't. Michael Jordan was really like the only guy out there that was like a high percentage one-on-one guy. Yo, Ivan, what's good, man? What's good?
Yo, the tanking is officially begun, bro. The tanking officially begun. I mean, might as well get rid of all the vets. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, man.
Okay, cool. Because this is like a different thing. Oh yeah, man. So, like you said, this is the gambling, bro. We might be the Pistons for a while. Because you
No, if
make a
they don't
good
get the
point.
number 1 to 3 pick, I mean, if they actually get a number 1 through 3 pick, it's worth this. If they don't, then the Nets, if you get Cam Thomas back, right? I mean, could arguably like make the playoffs, and then
No,
next
I
season.
think it's done. I think it's done. We're not making. I really do think, and it's not because I'm not saying this because I don't think like we know that Shooter ain't the top point guard in the league anymore. We know that, but I feel like he's the most important player, which could which could put everybody in their spots. And I honestly feel like, and I think Cam Thomas have a higher ceiling than Shooter. But Shooter is a finisher too. I don't think we're gonna finish any games now, BK Hoops. To be honest, like who do you see having the ball in the games?
Well, Cam Johnson right now, I mean, he's going to actually fill that void right now, and I mean, we'll see what happens there. You also
But
have
the
Keon Johnson. I mean, he'll help you
but the
use. I
thing
mean,
is, I'm saying, and I'm not comparing. We know we all agree that Devin Booker is better than Cam Johnson, right?
yeah.
But look at how Devin Booker looked without a point guard, where he didn't have a guy like Tice. I think the guy named Tice or something from the Memphis. Now he with the Suns. Look how much better the offense is running. That's what I'm saying. Like, point guard is very, very, very important. Even though Cam Johnson is having a phenomenal season, I think a lot of players is gonna look bad without Shooter. I could be wrong, BK. That's just my prediction. I feel like we lost while we was having so much success. Now, if Jordy can still make these players play good, my hat's off him. I think he's gonna have to coach his butt off without Shooter because I feel like Schroeder was a good fit because both of them are First of all, Jordy's an overseas coach, and Schroeder's from overseas too. So I feel like they have that in common. You know what I mean? Which what Schroeder was able to fit into the system. I don't know, dude. I think I could be wrong. I really do think that Schroeder we gonna look horrible, but that's a good thing. So I generally feel like we're done. To be honest, I could be
No, I
wrong.
mean, that's the thing. A lot of teams are actually going to look bad too, right? I
Point.
mean, it's
point
not. If it was only like 5 teams competing for that 1 through 3 slot, then I'm like, all right. But it's a lot of teams. It's almost like 9 or 10 teams. The Nets still could get like what AP was saying that the Nets currently right now are actually ninth in the Tankathon daily. So that's not good. Again, so if you have Cam Thomas, right, you keep Cam Thomas on this roster, you don't trade him. The Nets probably could make the playoffs. They probably can make the
I
eighth
don't. I
seed.
don't think. I don't think so. I think we're gonna be. I could be wrong, BK. I would like to come up on a couple streams and be like, "Yo, Ivan, I told you so," and I would be glad to be like, "Thank you, BK. I'm glad you're right." I think Shooter was the main. I'm not saying he's the best player, but I think he was the most important player of the run that we was going through. I
Hey
generally
guys.
feel that way, but I could be
Well, what's going
wrong.
on, Jonathan? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Listen, I am just glad that business time has started. We made the
Yo,
move. I know
John,
people.
what's goody, Brody?
I'm feeling good, man. Listen. Schroeder was the head of the snake,
But
and
yeah,
unfortunately, you had to get
BK,
rid of that,
I
man.
generally feel like the tanking has begun, my brother. I think that's it. I think we going straight down. I don't see us
No,
winning any more
you know what
games.
it is. You know what people are looking at right now. You accomplished multiple things by trading off Dennis. You got some second round picks. You opened up more expiring
Can you hear
salary to
me?
get free cap space, and you
Yo,
also yeah, I can hear you. You hear me? You opened up cap space. You got you open up cap space, and you got second round draft picks. We also got under the tax a little
Yo.
bit because of BK. Can you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. But
yeah,
let me see what
we
the
got
comments on.
yeah, we
I'm
got
trying to see.
expiring.
Yo, I'm trying to see how to use this because I'm trying to read the comments.
Yeah, but yeah, we accomplished different things. You got expiring free salary space. You got some second round draft picks. We got under the tax because D'Anthony Melton's contract is actually slightly cheaper than Dennis,
What's your prediction for the next game, BK Hoops?
and you set yourself
Who we
up
playing
well
against?
for the draft.
Who do they play the next game? I didn't even.
We
We
play
we,
Monday,
we play in the Cavs on
but I
Monday.
forgot who was playing
Oh, we're
against.
losing that game, man. You crazy?
Yeah, yeah,
BK, what did you think of the trade? You
we
excited
losing
for
all
it?
these games, bro.
No, no. All right. So what I was saying before you got on here, Jonathan, I was saying
Hmm.
I'm excited, yes, and I'm excited, no, because it's not guaranteed that the Nets can get a number 1 through 3 pick, man. That's the thing. If you keep this current team as constructed, and then you can add like a free agent, like a marquee free agent next season or 26, this team actually looks decent. But if you trade away all the veterans and you don't get a number 1 through 3 pick, I mean, we're the Wizards. We're the Portland
Nah,
Trailblazers,
Yep,
man.
yep, yep,
listen.
yep.
The
Facts,
good thing is
BK. I agree with you.
you have cap
I hope we
space. You
get
got
that pick, man. I mean, that's it. Cause
BK.
I
You
even feel
got the
like with the veterans on this team, I think we still gonna be bad, bro. Cause
now. Listen, I
yeah,
think we'll be. I think we'll.
I could be wrong. Yo, John, hop on, bro. We want to hear your opinion. Hop on. I want to hear other people take. I already said what I said. It gonna be this brand of basketball is gonna be ugly. I don't care what coach
BK,
we
you
have.
can hear me, right?
Yeah, I
We
hear you. I hear
damn
you. Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think Ivan hears me. That's the
There's gonna be
thing.
some bad basketball. I'm telling you.
yeah. Ivan, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right,
Can you
all
hear
right,
me?
all right. Yeah, I hear you loud and
Yeah.
clear. All right.
Can
So
Ivan hear me?
yeah, so like I said, what Lakey was actually saying was good, Lakey, that being the bottom team in the Eastern Conference doesn't consider. It's not you. It's right. You're not going to get the number 1 pick, man. It's not. It's not a truly a guarantee right there, man. So that's the thing. It's a gamble, though, Jonathan. It's not. Yeah, I mean, I know you're excited, but don't think that.
BK, yes, BK, it's a gamble for sure. But just like I just said, we're trying to make moves here to get a top pick. It's all about setting yourself up for that top pick. Getting rid of Schröder right now with such smart timing. You heard about the Sixers right now? They just lost their rookie player Jared McCain to an injury, and
Y'all
Beat
can
has a
hear me?
nasal fracture.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, AP.
Like BK, we cannot have Philly behind us.
Yo,
We
why
need
I
them
can't
to
hear AP? I'm
leapfrog us
trying to
right
hear
now.
y'all. I can't hear AP.
They need us to
Can't hear me,
leapfrog right
Ivan?
now. AP, can you hear me?
Make sure you guys
Yeah,
have like
I can
Wi-Fi,
hear all of y'all.
man.
I'm on Wi-Fi right now.
All right, that's why AP is actually getting through. So, yes, I actually sent the what do you call that issue. So they check the internet connectivities, and
Somebody shit breaking up. Who that?
Not mine.
that's probably Ivan. Yeah,
Yo,
let me see.
Ivan,
Uh-uh.
your reception breaking up, Ivan.
Yeah,
If
he
you
All
dropped
can
right,
hear
out.
there
me.
we go.
He'll come back in. Damn.
AP, we made a big move finally. We got rid of Dennis
Oh
Schroeder, head of
yeah,
the snake,
yeah.
man. Good
I'm telling
move.
y'all, we gonna like I said, well, I mean, we always was under the cap. I mean, under the apron, John. So we just slightly little bit more, but we're gonna end up getting off of John. I mean, I said John. We're gonna end up getting off of Cam Johnson and
There you
DFS. So
go. Yeah.
it's
Plus,
gonna be a big thing.
you
So,
know
what,
what it is?
AP,
So,
hold on, Jonathan. What do you think about what I'm saying in terms of it being a gamble? Because it's not guaranteed. If you pull the plug, you're going to get a number 1 through 3 pick, right? So, what happens if you don't get that 1 through 3 pick and you wind up drafting a role player?
I mean, eventually, Dennis Smith Jr. I said, no, Schroeder was on a 1 year contract, so getting off of him and getting asset was essential anyway. And as far as DFS, that too. But Cam Johnson, we that's the one we can't really miss on. We got to at least get
right.
like 1 or 2 draft picks, like first rounds on him. So as far as that go, it's so far so good. And like I said, we're gonna strategically tank, and I said that at the deadline
Yeah,
as soon as we
and
trade off
Killian
the vet.
Hayes, I think they'll probably let him play. Is he still on the roster, or he's in the G League,
Oh,
right? Killian
oh,
Ooh,
Hayes.
yeah, he's in the G League. He's in the G League. They
nah,
have to sign
he
him to a
not.
contract.
He was never on our roster. He didn't make the 3 ways, so We
Right.
don't even have him initially on our roster. And like I
Yeah.
said, and like I was posting, we only 3 games back for the worst record in the East right now. So
Yo, we need Philly to leapfrog us. AP, the timing was perfect. You heard about the McCain kid? He tore
yeah,
his meniscus, and Embiid's got a facial fracture.
they're
Like
gonna
they're like a game behind us.
they're gonna end up leapfrogging us. We're gonna end up being Detroit gonna end up leapfrogging us. If you pull up
Hmm.
the standings, BK, you gonna see like how close we are. We only 3 games from the worst record in the East. And
Yo,
we this is gonna make us worse. Schroeder
AP,
was the
AP,
leader.
AP. If Philly jumps us, man, I feel great about getting Harper or Ace at that point because just not having Philly there with Utah and Washington, we're definitely going to get a top pick from those guys. You're not going to send 3 top picks to 3 small markets with Brooklyn
Yeah.
in the mix. We're going to get
They
one of those
all,
guys.
first of all, they all
Something
gonna
like
hop
that.
us. And second of all, like even if we miss the players, the West is so good. The
Hmm.
players, the teams in the West that missed the players gonna be above 500. So they're gonna be above us anyway in the draft tankathon anyway. So
Facts.
we gonna be all right, man. I mean, you just gotta be patient. And like I said, and you said trading Ben Simmons, BK. That's not happening with 41 million. They either gonna buy him out or let his contract expire. So
No, I mean, he's
that's
the only
going.
one on the team that's not really kind of playing to win. He's the only one seems like he's following orders. But like Dennis Schroeder, Cam
Nah,
Thomas,
it's no orders for
um,
B. It's no orders for him. Like, and I think this is gonna happen. You don't think so? I think he might revive his career if they cut him and he go to Boston and he play off the bench
no,
and he
I
could
don't
fit
think
in
even
it.
though they were
I
saying
agree with AP. I agree with AP.
with the
I don't see
Aikman,
Boston needing Ben Simmons though. You already
nah,
got
they don't need
Peyton
him.
Pritchard. I don't think you need a
Yeah,
Ben
nah,
Simmons
Let me
on.
go
but
to the NBA standings real quick.
I mean, they could just have him off the bench on a minimum role as a defender or whatever. They don't even have to play him if they don't want to. But eventually, Ben Simmons will get cut, and I think that's gonna happen. And it seemed like Marks is doing some of the vets some favors by sending them to winning teams. So I think he might end up cutting Ben Simmons to let him go search for a team he could get on to win.
Well,
Hey,
remember,
if he does it,
so
bye bye.
the problem with a lot of the vets, hold on. The problem with a lot of the vets is that a lot of these vets are playing to win. We're not supposed to be doing that.
PK,
Dennis
we lost
Schroeder,
Dennis Schroeder. Winning's not even something to
Yeah,
worry about now. You lost
but
your
no,
best
no,
point
BK,
he
guard.
was like
BK,
no, like you were saying,
John
John.
is
They
right.
were trying
John
to
is
win too
right.
many
BK,
games.
BK, them playing to win update trade value. So it's a
Yeah.
win-win for all of us. You get what
What
I'm
did you get
saying?
for Dennis Schroeder? You
Good
only got
point,
two
AP.
second
Good.
round picks.
We got free
Yeah, we
cap
got
space. You got draft capital.
no
Now you
hold
could
on,
be a
hold on, hold on.
bottom
We
team
got
to get a top
wait.
pick. You
Wait,
accomplish
We
more.
got hold
it's not,
on, hold on.
it's not like you
We
got a
got
first
they
round pick for
two-way
Schroeder.
we got the two-way point guard. I forgot his name. I think he's a rookie or whatever. We got him
Beekman.
and yeah,
The
Beekman or
Beekman
whatever his
era.
name is.
So,
And since the Chinese dude got hurt, he gonna end up
Jackie
replace him
Q.
on a two-way. Yeah, he gonna end up replacing him on a two-way. But we got more trades to go, and I feel like the biggest hole is gonna be Cam Johnson,
But wait a
and I
minute,
Right.
feel
hold on, guys, 1 second. Now, Dennis Schroeder wanted to be here, man. He actually really wanted to build, like lead this team into the future, man. I
He
mean, come
wasn't
on,
going to lead us,
is this girl
BK.
Marks messed up already? Damn it!
Marks wasn't going to keep Dennis Schroeder. Even if this guy played like
I ain't
LeBron
gonna lie.
James on his team, he was not going to keep him.
I actually wanted a late first round for him. I was upset in the beginning, but now I'm just like whatever.
You know what?
It's
AP, you know what I'm happy about Marks? He decided to pivot for once. He didn't be bullish. He wasn't standoffish. He did what he was supposed to do.
But
Get him
Mark,
off the team. He had to do it.
John, we told you this in the beginning of the season. He's not going to trade him right away because we would have ended up getting only one second round pick out of this.
Right,
So
right, AP. But
so
the timing was right because if he kept playing well, people were going to ask even more for Schroeder, and the league market just doesn't see it like that. And we got a good deal here because you get free cap space, you get draft capital, and you set yourself up to get a top pick. Like,
we don't really get free cap space. It was both of their contracts expired, Milton and Schroeder, and they only like 500 million apart in contract wise. So
but
I mean, it's the
it's
same
still free.
thing.
It's still free cap space. So at the end of the day, so it works
Nah,
for
the cap
us.
space don't matter. I think that was an equal. I think just the draft picks so we can move up, the 3 draft picks so we can move up
Right,
in the
that too.
back end of the draft.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I want to know what draft pick we gave up what second draft pick we gave up,
I hope
second
it
round.
wasn't the Miami second pick. I
No,
know
I
we
hope
get
it
two.
wasn't. Hold up. I hope it wasn't our draft pick this year because it's
Yeah,
going to be close
that
to
would
the
be
first
weird.
round. That would be
That would be
stupid. But
weird.
I mean, but as long as, like I said, I would get this trade a B or a B plus. I'm not gonna give it an A, but it's a pretty
All
good
right, all
trade.
right. So what I was saying was, Dennis Schroeder wanted to be here, man. Don't you guys? I mean, there's
BK,
value
that
in
don't
that,
mean
man.
nothing.
Come
We're
No,
getting a
that's
top
no,
three draft pick.
no.
That
It does.
means
It does
something right
mean,
now.
John. It does. It does mean something. First of all, that's good for our culture that players wanted to stay, even though we in the tanking mode. Even Cam Johnson want to stay. So
Right.
on.
at
Yeah,
the end of the day, it is good because
AP
it,
first.
it helps boost our
Right.
trade value for the
Well, listen,
players.
listen. You're right. Listen, culture has been established this season. You got the right coach. I think what Marks did was be very cold blooded with this move. Was remember, Dennis Schroeder went down swinging for Jordy against Memphis. That was his guy, who Jordy respected a lot. So you had to make a move like that. I know it's a shock to Jordy's system a little bit, but it's to get a top pick at the end of the day. So I think this move
Well,
is more
it's good because
advantageous
at the
than
end of the
people want to
day,
admit right now.
when players go on different teams, they're gonna see how good our coach is. They're gonna see players
Mhm.
fighting for our coach. They're gonna see players wanting to stay here. So that's gonna be rumored around the league. And now we're gonna establish a
Good point.
culture off of that. So we're
Right.
gonna be all right, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna as soon as
Good
we
point.
trade off the other players, we're gonna be straight.
Yo, all right, all
Yeah.
It's
right.
gonna
So
be a
look,
lot
look,
of
look, look.
ugly. It's gonna be a
All right,
lot of
so you
ugly
got on the
basketball, but it's
Western
gonna be worth it at
Conference,
the end.
right?
Oh
Number
yeah, yeah.
nine.
Embrace the tank.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. From 9 through 15 can actually get a good pick, right? There's a lot of competition in the Western Conference. The Clippers, the
9 of
Lakers.
15. Clippers have no picks for next year, BK. I think
Oh,
their
that's
pick
right.
is owed.
I mean, but no,
Yeah,
but
their
still,
pick is owed to
No,
OKC.
yeah, but
what is
still,
your point? What is your point,
no,
BK?
OKC can still get, still could draft though.
Oh,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
they could. If the Rockets have a better record
Yo,
than the
first of
Clippers, which
all,
they do, they get a
once
lottery
again,
pick.
the
Oh, that's
records in
annoying.
the
No, I'm
East,
saying you guys. Hold on. I wouldn't get so excited. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of
no, BK,
competition.
you're not understanding. The records in the East is so bad. Like even the records that don't make the playoffs in the West are gonna be way higher than the East because if you go in the East, we just 3 games behind the worst record in the East. Like
You,
the
you know
West
what?
is
You know
so
what I
good.
think?
Go ahead.
AP, you know what I think the Nets should do with Johnson if OKC wants him? I would do everything I can to get that 76ers pick they got right now. Like OKC has some very valuable draft picks for
That's
next
it.
year.
First of all,
They don't really even need Cam Johnson
first of
though. They
all,
don't really need
it's
him.
Yeah, they
protected
do. They
and
need 3 point shooting. Their 3 point shooting
no,
is not
first of
the best in
all,
the league.
it's
They need the
I
extra
don't
protected,
think they
weapon.
so
need Cam
that's
Somebody,
not even a
somebody.
pick for this year. So
I
it's
think they got a
protected.
Clippers pick too. I think they got a Clippers pick. Yeah,
Yeah,
OKC
but
has a Clippers pick.
those are all protected because if it's lower than a certain amount, then what's name get it, Thunder get it, then the Pelicans get it. It's all types of tricky shit that comes with that. So as far as that, I just want to trade Cam Johnson for solid picks that don't convey
All
into
right, so
nothing.
I mean, y'all don't think that Sean Marks got fleeced or anything like that? I mean, y'all got some
It was a
salary
smart
cap.
Kinda
move,
do. I
BK.
kinda
You
do.
tanked
I
It
at the
was
kinda
a
do.
right
smart move. It
time to
definitely
get a
was a
top
smart.
pick.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
He
listen,
a
what
got
I
smart
told.
fleeced.
That's
move.
what I wanted
He
from
got
Sean
he
Marks. I
got
wanted
fleeced.
to be. Oh,
Hold on. Are you looking at this over here, man? Look at all the teams that's gonna be contending in the draft this year, man. It's a lot.
who's contending in the draft
No, no.
besides
What are
the
you
Utah
talking about? What are you
Jazz? What
talking
are the
about,
Kings going
BK?
to do?
What
Come
are you,
on.
wait. Hold on, John. What are you talking about, BK? Do you
No,
see
I'm
those
saying
records?
like the Eastern Conference,
Do
right?
you
You got
see those records though? Do you see the records of the teams that making it
no, but
in the
Yeah,
you
the
just
West?
East
gotta
is
think.
worse. Listen to what AP's saying. The East is
Listen, the
worse
East are
record wise than the West
listen.
right
If we
now.
don't make, if we jump ahead of all of them, if we don't make it in the playoffs, because our record is going to be way worse than the teams that's 500 in the
No,
West
I
that
know
don't make
that,
it.
but in the Western
Facts,
Conference, right? You still
facts.
All
have
right, but in the
you
Western
still have
Conference, if
teams
they
that's not gonna
don't
be able to
make
make
it, listen, if
BK,
they
go
don't
back
make
to the
it in the
East for a
Western
second.
Conference, hold
Huh?
on. If they don't make it in the Western Conference, we don't make it in the East, we still gonna jump them because they got a better record. You don't understand that?
No, I mean it's still not guaranteed, right? It's just the odds
Nothing is
are better.
guaranteed.
The
Listen,
odds are better.
Yeah,
The
no,
odds
the
are actually
first round
better,
pick,
but
if you get the worst record in the league, you got a 14% chance. So that's not even guaranteed either.
yeah.
yep.
Yeah, and
Keep
the worst
cooking,
record
AP.
this
Keep
year is
cooking.
probably not getting the top pick. So if Utah and the Wizards are competing for that first pick, one of them's not going to get it, obviously.
Listen, yo,
So,
BK, I don't think you underestimate how this trade really. We took our leader out the team, which is Schroeder. So we're gonna end up being really bad. Like we gonna go on like 4 game losing streaks and 5 game losing streaks. So
We gonna be
it's
turning the
not.
ball over.
Yeah. First of all, especially when Cam Thomas not there right now. So Cam
All right,
Thomas is
all
out
right, all right. And you know what?
another
We
month.
segue. Hold on. We segue into the next
Facts,
discussion
AP.
with Cam Thomas. Now, again, Cam Thomas is trying to win, right? He's trying to actually play for a contract. Losing doesn't help Cam Thomas.
Nah, I
So
don't
how
see.
does
You
it?
don't get it, BK. He's guaranteed of staying now. Like he's built. He's gonna be like the veteran of the team once we trade all of these older guys. Like it's gonna be now. Claxton might end up getting traded not this season, maybe next season, but
It could
he's
be
gonna
this
end up
season if
staying.
the team really wants them. So we got to keep our
Yeah, but they
options open with
gotta.
Fox.
I'm out of here. AP, keep cooking, brother. AP's on
All
fire.
right,
'Cause I'm agreeing with all his points right now, but go ahead, bro.
hold it down, y'all. Hold it down, Ivan.
All right. So I mean, like I said, this is my concerns with it, man. I'm glad that the food stamps is actually off, man. He's out of here.
Oh, you had to
Um,
retire that. He was proved you wrong on that one.
he's only doing that because it's a contract year. He's only balling out because it's a contract
Oh, you
year.
talking about Schroeder?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but he's doing better than Ben Simmons' is contract year too, and he's not even doing that. Like
Like I
you
said,
know,
Oh
I
man.
think we don't want Ben Simmons doing well right now. We
Oh,
don't.
they're gonna start him now. They're probably gonna start Ben in Monday's game, so that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but don't
Should
let
be a
him
lot of
finish
fun.
games though. I mean, don't let him finish. Let him sit on
Oh,
the bench.
Shake Milton's gonna finish now. Shake and
no. First of all, Shake Milton
bake.
is out for the season, bro. So he's not even gonna
Milton?
play this year. Yes,
Shake Milton?
he's out
No,
for
he's
the
not. Shake
season.
Milton's not out
Yes,
for the
he is.
season.
Yes, he
No, he's
is.
on. He just played Shake Milton.
No, he didn't. He's out for the season, John.
No, he's
Where you been at?
BK.
He's out
Shake
for the
Milton just
season.
played recently.
He
No,
played
he
What are you
didn't.
talking?
yesterday. He played the last game in Memphis.
Yeah.
Wait, check. I need y'all to check over because he's out for the season. I don't know what y'all
No, he's
talking
not.
about.
Shake Milton just played. I just saw him play in Memphis. BK
All right,
too.
can y'all check that? Can y'all check it? Can y'all confirm
Yeah,
it?
it's my memory from like a night
No,
ago.
all right. I mean, y'all could pull up the stats right now though. Like I don't know what's so
Shake
hard.
Milton's
I
been
don't
averaging like 13, 14 points. He had like 5 or 6 double-digit games.
listen. I'm not talking about. I said he was injured. So can y'all
All
pull
right,
it
so,
up,
all right,
somebody?
so yeah, Jonathan, pull it up for me. 'Cause I'm trying to run a show over here, man. You know, it's
Shake
not a.
Milton's not. It's not injured. I'll look over right
Um,
now.
so all right. Next thing, and now my question over here, Cam Thomas, like he's going to start contributing to winning his scoring and everything. He can
It's
help a
not
lot
gonna
of
be
the.
enough. We're not gonna be able to close because we're only gonna have one ball handler. So it's over. It's over whether you like it or not, BK. It's over. Like we don't have no
Well, I
ball
mean,
handler.
Zaire Williams is coming back, right?
He's not a ball
Schröder.
handler. He's
No,
not a
I mean
ball
he
handler.
plays. Listen, the team is still going to play hard. These guys aren't
All right,
wired.
playing hard. All right, that's cool. We're gonna be in probably for 3 or 2 quarters, and then we're gonna get smoked. Like that's how it go. We not good enough. We don't have somebody to create their own shot besides Cam Thomas. So it's over. Like everybody that wanted tank, it's over. And I was telling Harlem, like even we not gonna make the play in. So that's what's gonna happen.
Uh, AP Millen has played this season. He's averaging right now
I didn't say this
47.5 from
season. Wait,
field
wait, wait, wait,
goal,
wait, John,
29
John.
from
I didn't
6 from
say
3.
John, John. I didn't say this season. I said has he played recently?
Yes, Shake Millen has played recently. He's been playing
All
for
right.
us off
What's
the
his
bench.
last? Can y'all pull up the last game? Did he play? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking because I remember him getting injured. So
I
like,
don't remember that.
all right.
I
So
didn't,
can y'all
I
pull
didn't,
up
I didn't see any news on
pull
that.
up the last game? Like I'm telling y'all, he's not playing. Like I don't know what y'all talking about. That's why I'm kind of confused why y'all said that. Like he played this season, yes, but he ended up getting hurt.
I don't know which guy you're talking about got hurt. I know it wasn't Shake Milton. I know Jackie
That's
Q
it.
got hurt, the kid from the
Wait,
G
wait, wait,
League.
wait. You
No,
said
he's
Shake
saying the
Milton.
Melton,
Yeah,
not
Melton. You said
Melton.
Mil-
Melton.
Shake Milton, yeah.
Shake
No,
Milton played
Melton.
yesterday, right here, 16 minutes, 4 out of 8.
No, we talking about the dude on the Warriors, B. That's what
Oh
I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean the Anthony Melton. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's
He
what I
did get
said.
You
injured.
said Milton.
I said Melton.
No, I'm talking about Shake
Y'all
Milton, the
heard
guard on our
y'all heard
Well,
team.
you
Milton.
got
I
the
said
Nets
Melton.
kid right, man. It sounded like you said Milton. You said
Nah, I
Shake
said
Milton.
Melton.
I'll run the tape back. I'll run it back later.
Man, that
Yeah,
was
we
that
can
was
run
a
it
fun
back.
conversation.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, what the hell y'all talking
I
about? He
mean,
injured
listen,
for the
Dennis
season,
Schroeder,
right?
right? Dennis Schroeder is a leader,
Got
man.
Melton and Melton. That's funny.
Yes, and even Noel even said he said you got Milton confused with Melton. That they all heard you, man. Listen,
Nah,
man.
they talking about y'all, man. I think y'all.
No,
And
we said
I said pull
we
up
said Jake Milton.
the Warriors, and then y'all talking about he did play, and I'm like the Warriors. Y'all check the Warriors, so I said Warriors, so maybe we all confused.
Man, we got similar last names. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right,
um,
so like I said, if you trade all the veterans away, right, it
Mhm.
doesn't guarantee you any type of lottery
sounds good,
success at
sounds
all,
good.
man. It's a gamble, man.
Yeah,
It
Yeah,
really
but
is.
but
BK, the timing couldn't have been more perfect because Philly, their players dropping like flies and only like a game behind us. We need them to pass us eventually, so we feel very secure about the draft. Because Philly's that one team you don't want in the bottom with you because they already have talent. They got stars. Why would they need a second draft
the
pick on top of it?
No,
Philly still have
I don't
more.
know, man. You only got one true star
Philly gonna
there.
pass us. They gonna pass us eventually because they got more
Yeah, I
talent, and
wanted
they
to. That's
only
why trading Dennis was important, just so they could
yeah.
do that. Because
And
we're only like a 7-15 right now.
they only 1.5 game behind us,
Yeah,
so they
Right.
easily pass
listen,
us.
man. It's like hold on, man. Let me put the Western Conference up again. Hold on.
The Western
Definitely.
Conference, it's really
See, I don't
Utah
think
and
BK,
Portland. That's about it. Wait. BK, it's Portland and Utah. I mean, it's Portland and
yes,
Utah.
that's the
Portland has
only
kind of played
team.
slightly better this
That's the
season.
only team.
That's
That's
about
the only
it.
team.
Yeah, Kings and Spurs aren't competing for a lotto spot.
They're not. No, I mean, they don't make the playoffs, right?
No, all right, but
They
if
have a
they
backup.
listen, if we don't listen, BK, if they don't make the players, if we don't make the players, we still got a better chance because our record is worse. You don't get it?
Right,
Well, remember,
right.
like the Atlanta Hawks, right? They got the number one pick, even though
All
they
right,
made
but
the
once again,
So
that's
don't look at it
different.
like that. There's no
That's
guarantees
different.
there,
All
man.
right, no, all right. I understand if you say that, but saying, "Oh, we're gonna have a better record because the West is," I'm like, no, we got a worse record than the West. Listen, if we was in the West right now, we would be like the bottom feeding seed already.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we would.
yeah.
So it doesn't
Like you said,
matter. But
play over here. I mean, the Lakers got a pick, right? Do they actually
They
have a chance
they
of
got
beating?
they got a 29 pick and I think a 2030 or 31 pick. Two firsts, and they
nah,
got two spots.
I don't think they got a pick this year. I think no, they
Not
probably
this year,
do.
not this year,
The
no. But they got a
Spurs,
later
the
one.
Kings, Portland, the Pelicans, right? The Jazz. I mean, all these teams are actually going to be bad. I mean, even if Zion comes back, right? I don't think they even allow. I mean, even if Zion is actually healthy, they're not going. He's not going to come back this season. He's done. Especially with this hamstring, a torn hamstring. I was listening to this doctor. I forgot this guy's name, Dr. Brian Sutter, and he made a lot of sense too. It doesn't make any sense to bring Zion back, man. By the time Zion be ready to play, um, the Pelicans will be too far. Like they'll be too far gone, so they'll be contending too
You
for.
wanna talk about this? You want to talk about a bad franchise? The Pelicans is
Oh my
number
God!
one.
Did you hear what Dyson Daniels said? He said they're cursed. He literally said
Yeah,
that.
facts.
Yeah,
And then the Pelicans literally gave up a lot for whoever that guy is, Murray, and they
Hey,
end up giving
AP,
them
here's
right
a
their
good
good
question
pieces.
for you. AP, here's a good question. Who's more cursed, the 76ers or the Pelicans? That's a good question.
The Pelicans, to be honest, like the Pelicans, they like I don't know, man. I mean, at least the Sixers like almost made it far with Ben Simmons and fucking Embiid.
Mm,
The fucking the Pelicans is just a disappointment. Like at this point, they had Lonzo Ball. They ended up trading him because he got injured. They just
they traded
haven't got off the
Davis and
ground.
Holiday. They
Yeah,
traded Davis and Holiday.
they just seem
They
like
actually had decent talent. They traded and they got worse
yeah.
talent. They
They had
drafted worse talent.
Dyson
Oh,
Daniels.
and down under dunk, it actually no one on the team is actually safe. That means Cam Thomas, Ben Simmons.
No. They're
So
not trading Cam
what do you
Thomas.
actually think about
They're
that? Because
not. They're
I
not.
want them to
They're
actually
not.
keep Cam
They're
Thomas.
not. They're not trading Cam Thomas. They're not trading Cam Thomas.
They're
They're
gonna
not.
they have a bigger shot at trading Clax at the deadline. I think they keep Clax until the deadline and hear offers. If there's offer they like, they move off him.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
think
about to
Claxton
say like
is one of the last guys to be traded right
Claxton
now
is
in this one.
more closer to being traded than Cam Thomas by far. So they not
Right.
trading Cam Thomas. Like Now we talking about the players getting traded closer now is DFS and Cam Johnson. Those are people we need to be talking about because
Right.
at the end of the day, they not gonna last long on this team.
Right. I think Doe's the next to go right now. I think Johnson might be more towards the deadline with Claxton, but I think Doe's the next guy you can get off before December, early January,
Yeah,
because you
but
really
I'm
have
kind of
to.
upset with the Packers they talking about for Doe like second round picks. Like I felt like we could have got us a late first round.
You know what
Well,
decent trade
it's
deal.
the same thing like Dennis Schroeder, right? I mean, he's on an expiring deal. How much are you going to give up for an expiring
Well,
contract? If
you know
Dennis
what you
Schroeder
could
has
get for
years
Yeah,
him
left in his contract and he's
because
playing well, then yeah, maybe.
here's a trade idea. Say the Cavs who probably don't have like great first round draft picks, but they have second round picks. They got a young prospect like an Amani Bates, and they have a Georges Niang, which is a salary contract matcher. If they were willing to give up Niang, Amani Bates, and 3 seconds for Doe, that's actually a decent deal for us. You get expiring contract in Niang, where I think he's under 2 years, but it's a small contract. You get a young prospect, Amani Bates, who I don't think he's playing this season because he had an injury, but he's got potential, and then you get 3 seconds on top of it. That's actually a good deal for Doe because you're getting different parts of a deal here as opposed to just getting crap for him.
I mean,
So
I don't
I think
value those
that's a
second
deal
round picks,
potentially.
man, because most of those guys don't play. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, but you got to get some type of draft capital back for Doe, and it's probably multiple seconds and not a first. But if you could get a prospect that a team isn't using along with those picks for Doe, that's better than nothing. Like that's a deal I think Brooklyn is going to have to aim for. You're not going to get a first from anybody unless they're absolutely desperate to get Doe on their team. So you have some options
yeah,
there,
man.
but I think that's more realistic
Jr.
right
Man,
there.
yeah, I
Dennis
agree with
Schroeder is
John.
like the leader of
Yeah.
the team, man. Like when you need veterans, like some veterans. I'm not saying you need a team full of vets, but like you have a bunch of young guys. I mean, give me
Yeah,
some.
but
Look
Clax
at
is a
Rockets.
veteran.
They were
Clax is
actually
gonna be a
lit.
veteran now. Like Clax is gonna be a veteran. Like
Oh, come on, dude. Yo, stop with Claxton, man. I mean,
Wait, AP, what'd you think of the other night when John Morant confronting Jordy and Claxton didn't say or do nothing? He just let Dennis Schroeder do the fighting for Jordy on that one. What's your thoughts on that?
because like I was saying earlier, Schroeder is the fucking captain and leader of this team.
And
Like, and
what
people
is
don't understand
Claxton doing from a veteran leadership? Because it looks like he's just unhappy with the team. It seems like he'd rather be with John Morant right now than be with Brooklyn, and that's why I think we got to consider
No,
trading
I
him.
mean, you know how it is. He deferred to the captain, to the leader. Like the same with Ben Simmons when that guy was talking shit and Schroeder stepped up
Right.
and Ben Simmons pointed him out. Like they all deferred to Schroeder. Now somebody gonna have to become the leader. Like as far as that go, whoever want to come pick the mantle up is gonna be have to be somebody
AP,
that's
you know who that leader's going to be? It's going to be
cool.
Reese Beekman, who we just got from the Warriors.
Yeah, I don't.
Enter the
But
Beekman era.
he's a two-way guy, so I don't really know. And a lot of these guys ain't gonna be back next season. So, let's enjoy what we got now. And mind you, I know it's gonna be a lot of tanking, but I literally look at the box score. I don't watch the games anymore. So,
why
it's
not, man?
good because at the same time, it's just like, for what? Like I'm killing time watching them suck. Like I watch the highlights and shit, but
Well, I do a net show, so I mean, I'm unfortunately I gotta watch a lot of these games, man.
I got to cover
yeah,
games, so it's part of the
you go
process. I
you
can't
go you
just
gonna
like
hurt
talk
you gonna
sports.
hurt your mental health watching all of these games. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
No, a few years ago, AP, when Sean Marks first took over, I'd agree with you. But now you have like over 16 picks. It's actually a lot more manageable to handle these losses with a grain of salt. You know,
yeah,
with
but
16, 17 was worse.
maybe I'm more like into who we gonna pick in the draft. Like that's what I'm into
Right.
right now.
Well, that's
So
going to speed up now because once you get through the deadline, the last 2 months are going to speed up for Brooklyn. And then we get to the draft
oh
combine and
yeah.
all that. So it's going to speed up for us. So I'm not worried about that. I'm excited, though, to see what are the deals we get done from now to February because that will set us up for 25 and 26 drafts. So hopefully Marks continues this trend of being strategic and not being bullish. Like these guys got to go one way
And
or another.
like I was saying earlier to you, John, like the Melton trade couldn't even be done earlier because tomorrow is the first day he could be traded. So
Right.
as far as that, this is why all of this is strategic and it's gonna end up
Right.
working out. Man.
And it's 153 right now. So trade deadline has officially begun. Let's
Yeah,
go.
but I think they gotta still wait for Monday so the league office when the league office opens. So, you know,
Right.
uh That's when they could sign off the trades and all of that. But like, mind you, like it's gonna be a lot of trades happening within this upcoming days and weeks. So just be prepared for it. And like I said, we're gonna see. I know you like Cam Johnson, BK, but he's a goner if
You
the
gotta
right price
go.
comes.
He's our best trade asset. If I'm looking at a team like OKC and the Magic, those are the two top teams right now that I think can make a play for Johnson, and we just take the better deal. Like, are they going to give us Jet Howard and the Nuggets pick from the Magic, or is OKC going to give us two decent firsts and some matching salary? It can go either
I
way with
see,
John
I
Marks on
see,
that
How
I
one.
see,
many
dude.
draft picks you guys want? You only could develop
You,
this.
BK, you
Nah,
need
it's
these
not.
picks to maneuver yourself
All
around.
right,
You need these
listen. It's
picks.
not the picks is more like Johnson to maneuver, and it's more for a bigger
Yeah,
trade. Like if we trade for like
exactly.
a star or we trade not even for a star, we trade for a complimentary piece. Like we're gonna have to
Hmm.
give up some picks. So as far as that, it's good to have a lot of clips in your
I mean,
chamber.
listen, even if you trade for a star, like we seen what happened with the Boston Celtics, it takes years and years and years to put a championship team
No, but yeah,
But
that's
BK,
the
they were in the playoffs for like 10 years. So
I
even
know, but I'm
but
before winning the
saying like
all right,
title,
years.
but that's
It
the
took
that's
years
the
to get the
point.
point.
That's the point, BK. Like to trade around. Say we get some stars, right? We need to trade some of those late draft picks for some role players or whatever. So it's good to still have and plus second rounds are valuable now with the new
they
CBA.
are.
So
They're very valuable.
we're
You need
gonna
as many seconds as you can
first
get,
of
too.
all, and just confirming it, we just surpassed the Thunder with the most picks overall. So
Let's
in that
go. We
time
got
period.
31 picks, I believe. 29.
Yeah.
Yeah, 31
So
picks
we
now. Let's
passed them
go.
to the point where it's just like we got a whole lot of chips to play with. So we
And
gonna
we
be
can
all
add
right.
more with Johnson and Doe. So you got to see what the final
Exactly. Like
tally is. We can,
you know how much firepower we gonna have with the upcoming
we have a lot of
draft and then the
firepower.
assets and then the cap space. Like you're not forgetting that. Like so like I said, man, it's gonna be a fun off season and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the
Yeah,
draft.
me
I'm
too.
excited for everything. So know what I'm saying? Just be prepared, BK. I know your man Cam Johnson, but it's not gonna work out like that.
I seriously hope
I
he gets traded. If we hold on to him, I understand it's to make a bigger move in him down the line potentially, but his value is great right now. I think a team might actually give the Nets close to what they would want. Like I know league people say it's only going to be one pick, but if a team is actually willing to give you two picks for Johnson, that's already the deal right there on the table, halfway to completion. So it could really happen for Brooklyn, I think, with Johnson. He's been that good this season, and you need a piece like him for a team that wants to win a title right now. He's extra depth for a
see
team that
look,
can win it. So.
JR coming at you, BK. He's right, because we don't want to be in no man's land, so we gotta bottom out. We
We don't
don't
want
wanna
to be the
be
Bulls, is what Kron's saying. We don't want to be the
yeah.
Bulls right now. They have no assets. They let go of DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso, BK, for nothing. Second round picks and a guy named Chris Duarte. That was it.
I
And,
mean, they
and
still
Josh
got, they
Giddey.
still
That's
got,
all
they
they
still
did.
got assets. They still got what's the guy Vote, whatever the son of name is, and they got
Oh,
a couple of
Vucic, the
other.
guy that's worth
Yeah.
two second round picks, that's even worse. He's probably, the way he's playing, he's probably worth a first
No,
pick,
hold on
but
one second.
I think
Hold on.
Bulls are going to get fleeced for him.
Hold on. Let me answer JR's question. I get what you're actually saying, man, but the thing is, what happens if you don't get the
Facts,
assets
Kron.
of the picks? You're still going to be in no man's. So this is all predicated on them having a strike.
Yeah,
They
but
have to get
But BK,
it's
you act
all
like
luck
we're a
though.
small market team like the Wizards. The Wizards can't attract anybody because they don't take those actual steps or have the market. We do. We actually have some advantages with advantages on our
Listen, bro,
Listen,
side
those
on
are
this
man,
one.
those are
Rob
horribly
Marks,
those are
Rob
horribly
Marks
run
is still fine with
franchises
a happy
anyway.
owner, man. They're bad owners.
I
Bad
listen.
owner
There
is
are
a bad
definitely
team,
bad
right?
things about Marks and Josiah. We'll never doubt that with you. But we actually have the cards now in our hands. And if Marks and
Yeah,
Josiah screw this up, they shouldn't be in the league if they screw this up because you
they're
got all the
not they're
cards
not
now
gonna
to work
screw this
with.
up. We got
They
so much
can't.
draft picks. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
we got three draft picks out of this. What is it? 4 or 3 out of this. So and we got Beckman. Like it's gonna be fun, BK. Just sit back and I know you like veterans on the team, but we got to reset the
No,
veterans.
like, on the thing is like all these. There's only one basketball on the court, man. You know, You only can get like, let's say you can't get like 4 AJ DeBonsters right on one team.
All
I
right,
mean,
but what about Boston? Boston is one basketball on the court, and they got Jalen Brown, they got Jason Tatum,
no,
they got
that's what I'm saying.
Porzingis,
It took a
they got
while to really put that
Drew Holiday,
roster together,
Derek
man.
yeah,
White.
but
That wasn't done overnight, though.
but
It
we
was.
we were building though, BK. That's what we trying to do. We trying to put together the war pieces,
But you got to get
and
a star first. That's what I'm
no,
saying.
all right, and
You can't do
it,
it
it
with a bunch
might
of
have.
young players.
Listen, see, you think we're gonna get a start through trades and free agency? We might get a start through the draft. So
Yeah, I
you
mean,
never know.
yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. But that's a serious gamble right there, right? We don't know. We don't know
Hey,
definitively. I mean,
but
even if you get like a star, they can get hurt, right? They can have injury issues and stuff. I mean, look at Zion, right? Look at John Morant. John Morant he gets hurt a lot. Um, Ben Simmons, right? He didn't pan out. You know,
all
it's
right,
not
but
guaranteed.
that's a lot of players though. Get what I'm saying? That's a lot of anything can happen in any situation. It doesn't mean it's not a bad move. And as far as that,
So I gotta
you,
look at hold on, Riff. I gotta look at Kendrick Williams, well Kendrick Williams, Dieng, was it Nicola Topic and a first.
If we
So
get
and
a
we not
topic
even
within a first, that's a
listen,
win right there. We get a
we
topic
might
in a
end up
first.
we might end up getting a second round pick for a player that didn't play this year, and that's Bogey. He didn't play at all this year, and we might end up getting a second round pick for him. You get
You
what I'm
know what it
saying?
is though? The only team that would trade with us for Bogdanovich is the Bulls with Lonzo Ball because those salaries are both expiring and they match. That would be the
Nah,
only deal
nah,
I would see for
they don't
Bogdanovich.
match BK. Lonzo Ball contract is way too large for Bogey. We would have to add
Aren't
somebody
they
else.
both
So.
around like 19? Aren't they both like around 19 million though, or something like 19, 20 million? I don't think they're
Nah,
very far off.
nah, I don't think Bogey
I
is
agree.
19
I
million.
agree with Jr. Man. I mean, rebuilding is definitely the way to actually really go. But I mean, my thing is just like we hopefully, man, we can get that number 1 through 3 pick. We can get a Dylan
All right, but
Harper.
who you want though? Who do you want? I like to be honest with you, Harper has really impressed me. I got him above AJ and I mean I got him above Ace and Cooper Flag right now. I'm
Whoa,
sorry.
whoa! Don't say that with Jonathan now, man. You're gonna get him
No,
riled up.
listen. I've opened my mind to all three of those guys said that in the past, and I'll tell you this. You know what the fun thing that Dylan Harper's doing? He's causing all these guys that are going to be have the 1 and 2 pick potentially over us to doubt whether Cooper or
Yeah, there
Ace are
we
that
go.
guy when
There we
Harper's been
go.
that guy. So if we get the third pick, all we got to do is wait for that guy to drop to us. So it could
Yeah,
be Harper, it could be Ace,
we
it
in
could
the
be
driver's
Igor.
seat.
Like you get the
To be
top
honest
three
with
pick,
you,
we're guaranteed one of these four
to be
stars if you
honest
get the
with you,
top three pick.
I think it'll be more pressure getting the number one pick because everybody gonna be expecting you to get Cooper Flag, and then if you want Ace Bailey, you're gonna have to trade back. So it's all good. Like we
What's
be
your
at.
take right now, Jonathan, on Cooper Flag? I mean, I know you were like a couple of months ago. You were really excited about him. I mean, yeah, I'm not making fun of
You was
Jonathan.
too
I'm just trying to see
BK.
his
You was
perspective is
calling him
actually
Jalen
changing.
Brown Jr. You know?
What's that?
You was calling him Jalen Brown Jr. You was excited for him too. So
No,
Nah, I'll
no.
tell you this:
He could
if
turn
we
into
get
that,
If
right?
we get Dylan Harper, that's like getting the first round draft selection because he's game ready, he's ahead of schedule, and he's a clutch scorer. What he did tonight with that game winning mid range, almost half court shot, impeccable, man. I mean, this guy's really stepping up. I got to give credit where credit is due. He's making people doubt Ace and Cooper, not just Cooper, but Ace as well. And I'm like, wow, okay. If we get the third pick, we can wind up with Ace, Cooper, or Harper. I like that. Like, imagine having options like that if you got the third pick and teams are debating who should be first, who should be second, who should be third. I don't give a crap. If I have the third pick, I'm getting one of them, which is good enough
So
for me.
what's all right?
So
So AP,
that'll be a great spot to be in if we
you
get the
said
third pick.
the tankathon is we're at number 9 right now currently. Let me look
yeah,
this.
but we only 3 games back of Toronto, which has the worst record in the league right now.
All
So
right, so let's see if they
Wait,
actually.
Wizards don't have the worst record?
Um, let me see
Wait,
something.
AP, Wizards don't have the
I,
worst record in the East?
No,
yeah,
they
in the
do.
East, Toronto.
Wow, that's wild.
All right, so
Yeah,
let me.
we only 3.5 games backing them. So anything can happen as far as that go. And we got how much games left? We got like 50 games left.
Yeah, something
So
like that.
we good.
So let me see what these guys are actually saying, and how do we look now? with the draft standings, what our projected draft draft picks are. I mean draft. Hold on one second. Let me share this thing here. Why this thing is? Oh, okay.
I think the latest mock draft had us at 9 for Common Maliok. I think the recent
Yeah,
mock
but
draft
they,
was for.
but that they that draft shit don't factor into what we just did just now when we traded Schroeder
Right,
and
right. It's going to
we're gonna
revolve.
end up
It's a
trading.
revolving mock draft.
Yeah,
It is right now.
and wait till we end up trading Cam Johnson in DFS. Then it's gonna be they're gonna project us as 102. So
So Noah Sanjay. So the Nets are at number 8 for now. They believe, and they will pick Noah Sanjay,
who?
who Pod Thor was actually saying could be the next
No,
Giannis right there,
no,
man.
he's not the next Giannis. People take what Giannis does for granted, man. I really believe
Nah,
that.
yeah, Giannis really built himself up. Like he had the work, he had the work ethic to get there. Like some of these players won't get there because of that, you
Did
know.
you see what
So
he did against the Hawks tonight, man? He had that huge block against one of their big players. Like they're now going to be in the
uh,
finals for that NBA midseason cup. Giannis has been playing like Superman this season. Like
I
people got
don't,
to
I
give him
don't think,
credit.
I don't think, I don't think they're
But
gonna beat
I
the
mean,
Thunder.
Did you watch Noah Sanjay actually play? He can actually play, man.
Yeah,
He
but
ain't
I'm
going to be no
talking about the
Giannis
work
though, man. Come
ethic
on.
to work out on like
I mean,
outside of the
listen.
court.
Look at all right. The number one pick, right? Look at Ben Simmons, right? Didn't have the work ethic to get better on his free throw shooting or his
Right,
jump
Gara. Thanks for clarifying.
You know, so it's not. We don't know. That's the thing. Like I said, when I was on Locker Room Show last night, man, I was talking about this, and we don't know. Like Anthony Davis, he doesn't have the work ethic. He doesn't have the
Right.
drive to be a great player. I mean, we don't know.
To
Honestly,
answer Rick's question, I would definitely open to OKC deal. I think if they give us topic and a first, that's like a great deal. You get a prospect and a first for Johnson, and you get those two other matching salaries. That's a great deal for Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
what.
if
Yeah, I'm John. I agree with you. I'm really curious to see who they trade Johnson for. Like, that's what I really want to see.
I'm
Like,
telling you, the
what
one
they get
team
from.
that can give you the perfect offer is OKC because they have all the assets in the world and they're a contending team right now. They're winning without Chet Holmgren. They have Isaiah Hartenstein, who's really their plan B center, but Shea is just playing at such an MVP superstar level that adding Johnson to that team has to make him a championship contender at that point because they're so damn loaded. So if they have a topic and a first to give up for Johnson, we won the trade right there for our future. So I'm open to that. And like you said, we already have the most picks now in the league, I think. We just add more at that point. So if OKC wants to do business to win a title from us, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready to help another team win to win their assets.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
mean, to be honest with you, I don't want to. I mean, even though we got the Thunder pick too, I don't really want to help them like that. So you know what I'm saying? Because we got the worst of the Suns and the Thunder pick. So as far as that, I'm real conscious helping them. Now, when it comes to like the when it comes to like the who else we could trade DFS to the Lakers. I feel like for Russell and we could get a aspiring deal.
They
But
might,
I
you know
don't
what
know.
they
Like
could give us for, you know what they could give us for dough? D'Lo, Jalen Hood, and some seconds. They would probably try to give us staff for dough, which
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
I don't see.
upset with, but you have to
I
accept
don't
it.
want. I don't want Hushafino. Like I'm good on that. So maybe. Let me see. Dance.
no. I mean, hold on, yo, chill out, roller coaster. He played well. I mean, I'm gonna give him his flowers, but that was only for a contract, man. I mean, he was one
Nah,
of the
but you
most
can't.
paid
You
players in
can't.
the NBA
Nah, you
You
market.
say he
can't
was
say
food
that. You
stamps,
can't say that
BK. You
though,
said
Big
he
K.
should have been in the league.
So what
You
happened
say he should
last
have been in
season
the
then?
league.
How come he didn't do this
No,
last
he
season?
no. Listen, he stepped up in multiple. He stepped up as a leader. He stepped up as this play on the court.
Oh
He
gosh, man,
stepped
what
up in
happened
multiple
last
ways.
season?
And I gotta
Listen,
let this out.
first of
Dennis
all, listen.
Schroeder.
Last season, he was one way out the league, bro. Last season, and he
He
stepped it up
was.
to where teams
Hold on,
won him
Gary, one
now.
second. Hold on, let me put the link in here.
When teams won him now, he was out almost out the league, and now teams won him like the Warriors, like
And here,
championship
you know what the
contenders.
funny thing is? The Warriors might use Schroeder's contract to get a star, because apparently they might try to pair Dennis with a
Nah,
Wiggins
they
or a
can't.
Kaminga to get a star if he's available.
No, they
So
can't.
we'll
They
see.
can't. They can't trade him again, and he's a free agent after this season. So the only way they can resign him. So they can't trade him again. Like that can't happen. Now,
Oh, okay, okay.
if you want to talk about other people they might trade. They not, and I was telling people they not getting off of Kuminga. Everybody was like, "Oh, we should get Kuminga." I'm like, they are
The
not
Warriors didn't
trading.
even talk to us about Johnson or Dell. They only talked about Dennis Schroeder. That's what one
Yeah,
of
they
my
did
friends just reported.
because the
So there
Nets
wasn't
try
even
to
a talk
talk to
about
them.
that.
The Nets try to talk to them about if you want Cam Johnson, you gotta give up what's the name. They was like, hell no, like you wildin'. That's the only young player they got. Like so.
Yeah. I'm like, imagine if they actually gave us Kuminga for Dennis Schroeder and Johnson. That would have been a fleece
Yeah,
job
nah. That
of
would be.
proportion.
I mean, I respect Monster trying to rob them, but nah, that ain't happening. So
Let me get Gary's take on the actual trade, and you think it was a good thing. And my question is like, it's a serious gamble by Sean Marks. Is you could trade away all these veterans, and you could still wind up with a role player. You know, you're not guaranteed to get the number 1, 2, 3 pick. So to me, it's nothing to celebrate until like draft day. I mean, until we know.
To me, like the trade is fine. Like if you said give it a grade, I'd give it a B. Like it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. It's not like the Bridges trade where you're like, oh my god, look what we got. You know, it's also not bad. Like you're gonna say we lost the trade. Yes, Golden State got the better player, but Schroeder has no future here, right? Like Schroeder's on an expiring deal, so we got a couple second round picks for him. I mean,
Mm.
you weren't going to get much more for him. He's a 6'1" backup combo guard on a good team, who's not going to be on the court in the last 5 minutes for most good teams. So like, you're not going to get a first round pick for a guy with that many. Yeah, he's good. He's a scorer. He's good, but he's got that many warts. He's got that many flaws, and he's 31 on an expiring deal. Whoever trades for him is getting him for 4 months.
Pennies on the dollar, right? Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. Um. So, I mean, this is a guy, Gary, that really, really wanted to be here, man. He wanted to build something with the Brooklyn Nets.
come on, that's
Why the
just talk.
hell
Oh,
did
that's
he
Build
pick
what?
wonderful.
Fernandez?
No,
Have
no,
fun in
no,
Golden
no.
State,
He
Dennis.
said
Yo,
he wanted.
you,
He
yo,
said he
BK,
wanted
you
to be
trolling,
here.
you trolling right now,
Yeah,
BK.
you troll. Look
All
at that
players
smile.
want to
Look at
say
that
that. They
sly
all want to
dog
say that.
smile.
They all want to say that to get paid. They all want to say that to
Yep.
get paid.
No,
That's what it's all about.
I believe Dennis Schroeder in his heart really, really wanted to lead this team to the next level, man.
Nah, I
Sean
mean,
Marks messed that whole
Listen,
damn thing up. It's a
Journeyman.
nah, he
silent.
trolling, he
when Dennis
trolling, he
Schroeder
trolling, he
crushed the
trolling.
Warriors, they said we got to get this guy. Like when this guy crushed it with a bunch of G League players, they're like we need Schroeder on this team, and I'm like, okay, just give us Mel and some second round picks, we'll make it happen for you. Like literally, that was it for them. Like they needed him. There are not a lot of teams that need a backup point guard right now, unfortunately, but the Warriors did because they lost the starter in D'Anthony Melton, so they had more of a need than most teams did, unfortunately.
There's a lot of competition in this drive because who's this? Jr. just put up this 7-2 Zavonimir Avisi.
Yeah, we looked at him, BK, before.
Isn't he's
He's
from Australia,
that
right?
giant white bloke. No, I think he was Ukrainian or something.
No, that's not an Australian name.
That's why I said,
My
BK,
bad.
this gonna be a generational draft. So you can't. We gonna have a lot of picks in this too. So just be prepared.
Yeah, man, and it's also like you look at the
You get
guards
a
over
whole
here.
team out of the draft.
The
Yeah.
18, so the 18th pick, 6'8", 172. So the Nets actually got a lot of picks in this draft. They got Milwaukee's pick over here, which is at 18. So they got the Nets picking up Will Riley, a shooting guard. There's a lot of guards here that the Nets can actually get. We shouldn't be even mentioning guards if we have Cam Thomas, man. You know, we shouldn't actually be mentioning any guards.
Not true. Not
Well, you talk
true.
about what about
Still,
backup
Point
guards
guard.
though, BK? You
first
need
of
backup
all,
guards too.
point guards. First of all, we don't have no point guard depth. So we need point guards.
Yeah, Shake and Bake can't do it all by himself, guys.
And
Yeah,
listen, and yo,
Didn't he do his self?
I don't even think those guys make it on the team next year. They might not even be on the team next year. So
no,
Oh, a
I
lot of
mean
them gonna be. And
we
I'll
got
tell
all
you
these
this:
players
if
too,
we
man.
traded Claxton, I would try to pair those picks together to get Derek Queen right now. That guy is killing it right now with Maryland. He's an average scoring, rebounding machine. I would love to have that guy with a Dayron Sharp as my center unit because
So
I know
yo,
I'm going to get good rebounding.
I wanna ask Gary this. You seen Dylan Harper game winning shot?
I did.
That was awesome.
I did.
So
He's gonna be a net next year. Book it.
okay.
Let's
See, that's what I
go!
wanted to hear.
Let me see. Let me pull up a scouting report over here for Dirt Queen.
Gary, how amazing is it? So many teams now debating who to draft between Harper, Cooper, and Ace. If we get the third pick, we just gotta wait for that guy to drop to us. Like, if you want Harper over Ace or Cooper, okay. If you want
Yeah.
Cooper over Ace or Harper, okay.
Let's
Like, we
go.
get a
Let's
pick
go.
from one of those
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Like, that's winning the lottery right there because you're guaranteed $1 million.
100%. Let's do it.
Does Schröder help the
Getting
Warriors?
the
That
third
comment.
pick should
So
happen.
let me get down on the Dunkers.
I reckon he
Down on the
does.
Dunker. What's your whole take on this, man? I mean, are you happy? Are you sad?
Yes,
I mean, you
I'm
happy?
ecstatic. Only because it gets the wheels turning now for trades. I think it's opened up the doors. I think
Facts.
now that Schroeder's gone, now the rest will follow because that was the head of the snake, like someone said in the comments. That's like your main man in the team. He was like the voice of the team. He's gone. A few others are going to go soon too. I think. Wouldn't be surprised if about 5 or 6 players go.
So like the Nets can really like upgrade this roster, in this whole draft. I mean, there's like
It
6
would be
new
a
spaces here.
completely different team next year.
Yeah,
Completely
Oh,
different.
it's definitely going to be a different team.
yeah. I mean, so you still want Sean Marks fired though, man? I mean, he's doing so far a stellar job. Except like signing Nick Claxton to that crazy ass contract.
My
But
opinion is he's kept his job for getting Jordi Fernandez. If it
Yeah.
was any
Listen,
other
you know what
coach,
the thing is? You know
it'd
what
be
the thing is
hard.
about Marks? Marks is good at rebuilding trade moves. When it comes to winning moves, like when we're contending again, will he make the same idiotic moves that hurt our team, hurt our depth? Like Marks has to show you when we become contending again that he can make winning moves. But why would I bank on it when I know who Marks is? He's good at the middle end of a project, but he'll never finish a project. We need a manager that can go from start to finish and finish a damn project. So yes, he's done a smart job with the strategic rebuild right now. But it's when you contend again is when Marks always fragments. Like he doesn't know how to make winning moves. He always gets robbed by teams. Philly, they robbed us with the Ben Simmons trade and the Drummond stuff because
all
none of
right,
those guys
so
panned out with us.
guy right here over here is Zovi. I can't even pronounce this guy's name, man. But a stretch big who acts that can move laterally. It says over here, he plays well for a player of his height, but will need to get stronger and add weight to his frame to hold down to hold. I mean, that shouldn't be that hard for him to go out there and work out, eat some steaks, right?
No,
Um,
Claxton though. He
no,
didn't.
but Claxton, I think, is one of those. Claxton's one of those.
Yeah,
It's one of those ectomorphs. So
well,
it's like he can eat as much as he wants. He's just never going to actually put on any
When he
kind.
tried to start that $300 clothing line, I knew it was downhill for Claxton this year. I just knew it.
All right.
learning
He's
from
a
Ben.
fashion guy now.
Him and Ben are
Um.
fashionable
Yeah. So
people.
Gary? What you think about this guy? A 3-point shooting big man, 7'3".
Yeah, if you get him late.
Who are we talking about?
This guy right here. Oh, let me put it up on screen here. Hold on. This guy over here.
Hasn't he got a nickname?
He's a
The big
late
white something.
second round pick.
The
He
what?
stronger
He's got a nickname. I swear to God, he's got a nickname.
and
Call him the Big Z.
yep.
He's the big
Over
white
here,
something. I swear.
he can actually shoot
I'm gonna look him
threes,
up.
right? And
Seven
can't really
three.
can't really block his shot. He has that much of it in terms of his wingspan. Yeah.
I mean, look, a 7'3" guy who can shoot threes. I don't know anything about this guy.
Doesn't matter.
He's gonna draw interest because you can stretch. Is he a pure 5 or is he like Porzingis where he
No,
can't really
pure
play the
5.
5?
He just has to get stronger. I don't know how much he
Ah,
weighs.
but that's the same thing we
Um,
said about Porzingis, and we're 10 years into his career now, and he hasn't gotten stronger.
no, I mean Porzingis can
Oh, we
drop
don't need
30 on
broken
you.
glass anymore.
Yeah, Porzingis
Yeah,
can
but
drop
he's like
30.
broken glass though, BK. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's like broken glass. If this player has injury prone issues with that height, that's not good for us either. Like you need a guy with frame and weight. And if this guy is not is like KP, that's not good.
If you're talking about a second round pick, it's worth the gamble. If you're talking about a lottery pick like Porzingis, that's a little more risky, right? Like a guy who's 7'3"
Right,
probably going to get hurt a lot. I'm just saying.
right, right.
Ooh, hold on, man. Look at this right here. He actually moves like a guard over here, man. If he actually does get stronger, this is him actually coming off of us. Damn. Okay. Yo, Jr. Man, yo, that's a good look right there, Jr. Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, that's good right there. I mean, if you can get, he has to get stronger. You could tell right now he's really skinny. He's about maybe looks
Big
like
Z.
205, 200 something pounds, 205 pounds. He's 7'3". He
Uh,
looks like he's about 205.
Jordy's gonna bulk him up. Look what he did with Clown. He made the guy gain like 20 pounds of muscle. He's gonna tell this guy hit the weights.
Nickname's Big Z. Big Z is his nickname.
The Big Z.
So the rest of the guys
Big Z.
ain't getting you guys squat. Dennis was your best player, and you guys got fleeced. It was better you guys kept and paid him. Captain Crunch actually
Oh,
said.
so if we get Dylan Harper, that's a loss for us. Thanks, Captain Crunch. Like, well, come on. Like, come on. It was a smart move. It was strategy. We did it at the right time.
Based on that, JR, I've seen what I actually seen right there, man. Because it says he can actually handle the ball for a 7'3" guy. He does need to get stronger though, JR. I mean, you can see that. You can see that right now. He does need to get stronger. So he's definitely like a.
BK, you should look up Derek Queen, man, and his
He's
stats. He's doing
245
really
pounds.
good.
He's still 245 pounds. Young.
Who's that?
Oh, I'm just looking at him on Wikipedia. Big Z.
This guy, Big Z,
Yeah.
245.
On Wikipedia, it's got him as 245.
That's good.
BK,
Right there.
who do you want to?
He doesn't have to bang with Joel Embiid or Jokic or anything like that, man. I mean, this is if he can actually shoot threes. Oh man, so I might even do a separate video on this guy here, man.
Wait, what?
playing
BK,
Kentucky?
now
y'all
you're
don't
happy for this guy you knew nothing about. Now you're happy
Jason-
for him all of a sudden?
Jason is so critical in basketball, man. It's so
He's got a
important.
twin brother too.
But BK, you act like he's just gonna knock threes all the time. He has to have an interior game against Nikola or another big all star in this team.
He can develop that over time. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be the net savior right away, dude.
Yeah.
Mean,
well, he does got to bulk up. I'm telling you, Jordy's going to tell him, Derek Queen, and Derek Queen's actually a pretty big guy.
He's got a twin brother in the draft. He's got a twin in the draft.
They are actually rookies, man. But if these guys can shoot the three, how's his twin brother, Jr.
Tomislav is his first name.
Wait, he has a twin brother or a brother?
Twin brother, it says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, twin brother was also a professional basketball player, and he moved to Croatia.
And they both have ball handling skills and can move laterally and
look up his brother. I swear they're both in the same draft.
All right, so even if these guys were like 270, 280, I mean, it's still hard to stop Jokic and Joel Embiid, right? I mean, we see Day'Ron Sharpe, right? He's 265 pounds, and he's not even putting any kind of resistance on Joel Embiid at all, you know? So,
but Day'Ron's a good rebounder, though, BK, and he had all improved stats last year, remember?
He the basketball, man. Who cares?
BK, he had a -5 the other night. Clax had a -15. Day'Ron has actually been giving you decent minutes since he's come back. Hasn't been perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but Day'Ron has given you some decent minutes, and he was great last year.
I'm just saying, man.
And he's not afraid to take the three-point shot. Day'Ron took like 4 3-point shots the other night. I think the game before that game, like Day'Ron has shown you he's fearless when it comes to expanding his offensive game. Something some other center on this team hasn't really shown, which is a fearless attitude. But Day'Ron has shown you that at least.
Great. I mean, we have to make it though, man. And I told you already, you got to get better in the off season. You can't come into any kind of game on any level and say,
but BK, wouldn't you rather keep?
Unless you're talking about little league basketball or something like that, right? But when you start going into high school pros, you can't.
What do you mean? Day'Ron's like 250 pounds. He's actually got muscle on his body.
His 3-point shot, his 3-point shooting, he has to prove
that
my
he can
actually knock those shots down.
But BK, he's a solid rebounder. He can set screens for you. Like, what do you want?
He's got to get on the court and get consistent minutes, right?
Yeah.
And
Thank you, Gary. Yeah. And BK, wouldn't you want to do the smart thing? Keep Day'Ron, re-sign to a cheaper contract, and get off of Claxton before his value goes down?
Not if you have these sensors out here. I mean,
But you need insurance. You need an insurance centerpiece, though, BK. You can't just get rid of Day'Ron and Claxton. You got to keep one over the other.
Who would
and
you rather
DFS.
have, man? I mean, these guys look better than Day. I don't see Dayron doing this. He can't. He's not handling the
You
ball
just
like
saw this
this.
guy's clip and you think he's already better than everybody. Come
I'm just
on.
no. I mean, there's ceilings though. That's what I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying. I mean, they look more promising than Dayron.
Listen, you need insurance, BK. Keeping Dayron gives us optionality, and you could use some of that cap space, which is not a lot to keep him, and you could develop as a backup or maybe a starter, depending on if we draft a center. He gives you optionality than Claxton does right now. Claxton's just making a lot of money and giving you half style of basketball. Like, who's worse of the two? It's definitely not Dayron.
Yeah, Captain Crunch is right about that. You still can get Dylan Harper with Dennis there. Or you don't have to finish. A lot of these veterans, you don't gotta kick them off the team. You just like don't finish them in fourth quarter games. That's
But
it. You don't
BK,
actually
Jordy's
have
not
to
going to
really.
do that. Haven't you seen what Jordy's doing? He's if you're going to play, you're going to play. He's not going to tank right
Who's the
now. He's
boss?
not in his
Jordi
DNA.
Fernandez or
You got to
Sean
get rid of
Marks?
him.
Who's the boss? Jordi Fernandez or Sean Marks?
On
Sean
the
Marks
court,
is the boss.
Jordy is. Off the
Okay,
court,
then say
Sean
hey.
is. And Sean Marks made the right decision for once, which is get rid of Schroeder. You had to do it. There was no other way. He was going to win you a few games and ruin your chance to get a top 3 pick.
You
This was the
don't
right time
have to
to cut the
finish him.
cord.
You don't have to finish him in the fourth quarter. You can sit
But
him
Jordy's
down.
finishing with him, BK. That's what I'm trying to tell
Well,
you.
then
Jordy does
fire
not
Jordi
want to risk these
Fernandez then,
guys.
because he doesn't understand the
Fire
bigger
Jordy?
picture.
What?
Yeah.
But BK, do you not see what Jordy did? You beat the Kings, the Suns, and the
BK,
Warriors because of what
BK,
Jordy did.
Hey,
BK,
Come
listen.
on.
BK,
If he
BK,
wants to
stop.
Gary,
go out
call
there
this
and
out.
win
Call this
games,
minutia out.
hey, fire him.
Fire him. What is going on here? Guys, is there fumes or something in the room?
He's
I know my
trolling
heater's
you.
on.
Bro, he's trolling you. Stop.
Okay,
He's
No,
okay,
not
trolling
at
you.
okay.
all. If he wants to go out there and win games to make the playoffs and be an eighth seed and get knocked out and get swept by Boston, and he doesn't understand the bigger picture. Like, hey, you look like you're winning now, but you'll win more games if you get the talent here. If he can't see that,
No, you're
fire his
right,
ass.
BK. That's worked wonders for Detroit. They pick in the top 5 every year. Look how good they are. They're going to win a championship soon.
No, I mean we're
Yeah,
gonna
BK,
fight.
you really
If
want
you
us to
can
get
get
a
rid of
bad
all these
coach? Come on,
veterans, yeah.
BK.
If you get rid of all the veterans, yeah, you are gonna be like Detroit. You can't
What
win
do
with no
you mean? We have the most assets in the league. Detroit doesn't. And they only have one really great guy, which is Cade and Jane Ivey a little bit. But they're not an attractive market. Don't you understand that? Brooklyn's
No,
actually
they're not
shown we can recruit
I
star talent. What do you mean?
no, they're not an attractive market. They're not.
We did, what? Yo, Gary, can you please give this guy the truth?
Well,
What
no,
is he
I
saying?
think he
They're
misheard
not
you.
an attractive market. The Brooklyn
Detroit's.
Nets are not. They're
Wait,
not.
So
BK,
Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James, they just came here because of why?
Your boy Sean Marks and Joe Tsai screwed that whole thing up, man. We're not an attractive market. We're not.
Okay, so Giannis wants to come here. That's nothing. De'Aaron
Jimmy
Fox
Butler wanted to come
potentially.
here.
Like, come
Darren
on.
Fox. Come on,
Uh,
BK. I know you're
Hell,
playing
John
devil's
Moran wants
advocate
to
here.
come here just to bust Jordy's chops.
So far, what you said is New York City isn't an attractive market, and the Nets should fire Jordy. I mean, come on, BK.
This is
If he
wild,
doesn't want to tank,
man.
if he doesn't
Wild.
want to tank and get the top, Gary, are you smoking something tonight, man?
No, you
Am
smoking something? You
Are you
said
I,
smoking
fire
tonight?
Jordy.
you said New York
If
City's
you
not an
want him
attractive
to
market, and the
actually,
Nets should
if he
fire
wants to
Jordy.
win games, right, and not get a top 3 pick,
But that strategy, though, BK, Marks did what he
strategy.
had to do finally to get rid of Schroeder, the heart,
BK,
the head of the
BK.
snake.
You do not have to finish games with
But
them.
Jordy's gonna finish with him because that's who Jordy
Then
is, a
fire his
competitor.
ass.
What?
Fire his
For
ass.
why?
I
For
thought you
one
wanted to
game.
tank BK. I thought
This
you
is
wanted to get
this is
tank
like
their picks.
Yo,
ironic.
down in the dunker, get this guy a trip to come see you in your country, man, because he needs a trip away from where he's at. The fumes are wild tonight.
bring bring Ben with him. No, I kind of want to
Yes,
keep
yes,
Ben.
bring your favorite player
I
Ben
want
with
to,
him. So that way
I want
Ben
to,
can stay
I
out
want
off
to
the
keep
country
Ben.
here.
I want to keep Ben as on the
Jordi
cheap.
Fernandez is not some proven coach. He ain't no Greg Popovich or anything like that. He hasn't done
Yo, Captain
anything.
Crunch, you don't watch college basketball. With your statement, you just told me to watch college basketball, so don't make any more egregious statements because you're going to get checked, man. Get out of here with that. This guy says these 3 picks ain't all that. Yeah, okay. For a novice who doesn't watch college basketball, you just got checked, bro. Out of here
Nah,
with that.
listen. If Jordi Fernandez doesn't want to actually tank, he wants to win games. Then you fire his ass. That's it. Because that's
BK, that's
typically
irrational, BK.
yeah,
That is
I mean,
irrational.
You act like he's
What do you
Ben
mean? Is there
Simmons.
anything? We won 10
He
games. He
hasn't done
defied draft
anything,
odds.
Jonathan. He hasn't done
Beating the Kings,
anything.
the Warriors, the Suns with that
Who
rotation of
cares
players
about
is
what he did
nothing.
against the teams in the early part of the season? I don't care
We
about
beat
that.
Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin
I
Booker
don't
with Dennis Schroeder and
care.
Tyrese
I
Martin.
do
Tyrese
not
Martin. What are you
care.
talking about?
I
That Jordy
do
hasn't
not
done anything.
care. I don't care.
This
You
is.
gonna change up?
You got
I don't
guys.
care. Good that you
Listen,
don't care,
man.
because if you were a manager, BK, we'd be in the crapper right now.
Listen, you got guys. I told you they will win some games before the season started because you got guys fighting for their NBA lives. You know, those games in the early part of the season means more to guys like Dennis Schroeder, guys like Zaire Williams, Cam Thomas, because they're fighting for their like Cam Thomas is fighting for a contract.
So BK, you act like Jordy
Zaire
hasn't
Williams
been the
is
sixth
fighting for
man
the
off the
NBA.
bench coaching his team like an all-star level coach. You act like he's done nothing for this team so far.
Hey,
He defies
Jonathan, listen to
expectations.
what I'm saying. Calm down. Let me do my NPR.
I am calm, but you're making some
Jonathan,
egregious statements right now, my
calm
friend.
down, Jonathan. Calm down. All right. Listen to BK. Okay. Those guys wanted to. Um, they playing hard because they want to stay in the league. They're fighting for contracts. Okay, Jonathan. They're not. They're not doing
BK,
it. They're
BK,
not doing it
Cam
because of money.
Johnson's going bye-bye.
Okay.
Come on.
They're all going bye-bye.
All right. Don't, the success of the Brooklyn Nets is not Jordi Fernandez. It's guys
Is he for
looking
real?
to
Okay,
stay.
Gary, can you tell him what Jordy's done, please? Because I think BK has short-term
He
memory,
knows what
man.
he's done, and he doesn't actually want Jordy to get fired, right? Jordy's when you hire a head coach, the head coach's job is to win today.
Got
The
to give him time.
GM's job is to win in the future, right? So,
Mm.
like, you hire Jordy. If you wanted to lose, you could have just kept Jacques Vaughn. Like, you could have
Yeah.
kept Jacques if you wanted to lose.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Gary,
Keep the teacher
Gary,
over
Gary,
the
Gary,
coach.
Gary, 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 Gary.
And kept Dinwiddie.
Do you understand what I'm
Kept
trying to
him.
say? These guys, Zaire Williams is fighting to stay in the NBA. All right.
Oh
Trendon
my
Watford.
gosh.
I mean, look at the new crop of players that's
Their
actually
defense
coming
has
into
turned
the
to mud
NBA
too lately.
at 25 and 26. Right? There's better players or proposed better players actually coming in. And these guys are fighting to stay on a roster and get paid. It has nothing to do with Jordi Fernandez. Let me not say that entirely. But it's more these guys actually wanting to stay in the league and get paid. They're going to play hard. You know, they are. They're going to play hard, and they're going to win a lot of games early, right?
But
Against
Yeah,
like
BK, Jordy coached his butt off in the beginning because he had these guys buying into a system and a program. The vets, the young guys, all followed his lead, and I got to give Jordy credit. I thought we were going to lose those back-to-back against Memphis, but you know what? We actually won those games because of the way Jordy was
they're going to play
coaching.
hard. Cam Thomas is fighting for a contract. Dennis Schroeder is fighting for a contract. Trendon Watford is fighting to stay in the league. Zaire Williams is fighting to stay in the league. They're going to play hard.
So Jordy has done nothing for this team. He's just standing there saying, "Hey guys, you're in, tag, you're in," and just stand there and and watch while sitting on a chair. No, Jordy's actually been active in every game. I got to give Jordy credit. I thought we were going to lose to a lot of these teams, and we actually managed to beat these teams. So I got to give Jordy credit, even though I did want us to still get a top draft pick, and I'm glad that's happening now. But you can't deny that Jordy has impacted this team in many ways with his coaching style, with his effort, and his dedication to player development. We actually have gotten player development this year. Derek Whitehead, Tyrese Martin, Noah Clowney, Jalen Wilson. I can give you a whole list of these guys that he's already developed somewhat. Like, we didn't get that from Jock Vaughn or Steve Nash. We got was a whole bunch of, if you're not playing well, you sit your ass on the bench.
When you
Jordy's
say
actually
develop,
letting
hold
these
on, hold on,
guys
hold on,
work
hold
through
on.
their mistakes.
When you say develop into what? All-star players? Like
No,
how
oh
do
my,
you
yo,
know
Garrett, how
players?
come every time, Garrett, how come every time you and I talk about development, like with Zaire Williams, he says we think he's the next Giannis. We don't say that. We're talking about their development, meaning they're getting better at
no,
weaknesses.
Williams. Yeah, we've said the whole time that he's going to be Giannis. No, I said Embiid. You said Giannis, right? Like, come on,
Yo, that's a good
come
one.
on, bro.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good one.
turns out he can
Come on,
become a
BK.
quality contributor. He can become a quality NBA player, and not a guy.
Yeah,
That's all you're saying.
yeah. Meanwhile, you want to keep Cam Johnson because he's an all-star spacer on the court. Come on, BK. He's only doing this because he has to get his value up, but he's playing both
You don't
sides.
play
He's
basketball
playing
anymore,
the Brooklyn fan base by saying, I want to be here. I'm so loyal. I believe in this team. He's covering his bases right now. He's looking good in the eyes of the NBA. He's looking good in the eyes of Brooklyn. This guy covered his bases, so trade him at that point. He's good. He looks good in the eyes of everybody else. But you know what? He's not good for our future, so he's got to go bye-bye. Come on.
And why is he not good for the future?
He's 28 years old with leg issues, with health issues. This is the only time his career's actually playing well because he's been healthy. Well, he played through the ankle injuries a
Only
little bit this
time this
season.
year he actually play well?
Oh my! You're talking about the finals thing, BK. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre, when he actually played like a quality player on that team. Those were the main guys driving the engine. Johnson and
Yeah, but
Mikal Bridges
you were
were
doing
playing
so
roles
well,
off the
man.
bench.
You were doing so well. Now you're starting to go back into crazy mode again, man. I
What do you
mean,
mean crazy mode? BK, Cam Johnson, for most of his career,
he
has been a
is
3 and D guy, but minus the defense. He's been a 3-point shooter. Now he's starting to show you he can do more than just 3-point shooting, but he wasn't doing that a lot with the Suns
That's
because he
because
was injured a lot of the time, BK.
That's because Cam Thomas has been out too. That's why Cam Johnson's having good games
listen.
because
All
he has
right,
to
I
shoot. He has to
keep
score.
comparing Cam Thomas to like all-star caliber talent. I'm not. All right, he's a role. I'm gonna say this really slowly, Jonathan. He's a role player. Okay,
I
he's
think they
not
all are in
Jason
this team.
Tatum. He's not Jalen Brown. Stop measuring
And
him up
why do you
with
want to
those
keep
type
him,
of players.
BK?
He's a good role player. All right. He
Who am
provides
I measuring him up
space.
to? I know he's never going to be a Giannis or a Tatum. When did I ever say that?
That's
It's
what you're treating
concerning.
him as.
Kaminga.
You and Gary.
It's,
Come on, BK.
they didn't want to trade for Kaminga either. Golden State Warriors. They didn't want to trade Kaminga for Cam Johnson, which is concerning.
No, you know what it was down under Dunker? I just heard from a source that they never even brought up Cam Johnson or Dorian Finney-Smith in trade negotiations. It was just Dennis Schroeder. So if Sean Marks said, give me Kaminga for Schroeder, Sean Marks, funny guy, man.
That's
That's
probably what
funny.
it is.
But it was never going to happen. That was never going to happen.
Cam
Yeah, that was never
Johnson,
going to happen.
Man,
Kaminga.
Listen, if the Warriors are going to trade for a star, that's when Kaminga goes.
It's a work in progress. Hold off on the glaze. Thank you, man.
Yo, listen, Claude Smith doesn't
Jordi-
like Jordy for some reason, even
Jordi-
though Jordy's done a decent
Right though.
job.
Hey,
So,
Olympic coach too. He's an Olympic coach.
what do you mean
So
it's everything? We beat the Warriors, the Suns, and the Kings with the roster we had. That was
You got
not
Canada.
just nothing.
You got Canada going good in the Olympics, Jordy. So he's better than
Yo,
what he
Gary, you know
appears.
what's funny?
I didn't know you knew
Wait,
that word
Gary, you know
glaze.
what's funny? We beat DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, 3 games straight, and that's nothing to this guy.
If
What
they
are
do
you
that
smoking,
if
BK?
they do that in a 7-game series, then I'm impressed. I don't
Of
care.
course not, but you're acting like Jordy didn't do anything this season, and that's egregious.
He hasn't.
Okay. Stick
I
with
think he's
that
done
take,
better
BK.
than,
Series
better
yet?
than what we thought.
He may
What,
win Coach of
what
the
has he
Year.
done?
He
may
may
win
win
Coach
Coach
of the
of the
Year.
Year.
He's
What has he
definitely going to
done?
get 2 or 3
If
votes
Cam
from
Johnson's healthy,
somebody.
he'll pretty well.
Look,
He
Claude,
might say-
listen, you earned my respect a couple of nights. I didn't know you knew that word glaze for an old man. That's
I think he's BK on the cover. BK's typing in his name.
No, that would be wild. I don't think so. I don't think so. That'd be wild.
He's typing in his name.
That'd be wild.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, stop glazing the guy. He hasn't done anything.
I'm not glazing. I'm just
Best
giving
coach they've had
Jordy
in years.
his credit for what he's done
What
so
credit?
far.
coach.
Come on.
Best coach Nets have had in years.
Can we beat? Oh, listen.
Yes, seriously. Listen, I got to give Jordy credit. He's had these guys playing their butts off.
Hypothetically, can we beat the Suns in a 7-game series with Jordi Fernandez?
Of course not with the talent we have, but the fact that you were able to get something from
Regular
them.
season game.
Oh my gosh, BK doesn't understand what we're talking about here. He thinks it's the win that matters. No, it's the effort behind it and the way Jordy coached those wins.
They all playing for they're playing for themselves, man. All right, Dennis Schroeder was playing for a contract.
BK, if that was the case, we would have got demolished by those 3 teams. If we were all individuals on the court fighting for our lives, there would have been no teamwork, no Nobody playing for each other. Cam Thomas would be a selfish, egotistical 40-point shot chucker, but he hasn't been that in November. He was a great team player, did his role effectively and efficiently, mind you, and everybody was doing their roles for that month of November. So it wasn't nothing, BK. Jordy actually got the pieces to work somewhat for that month of
Yeah.
November.
He
You
had
got
the
to acknowledge that.
Yeah, the defense ticking good. I don't know what's happened to that, but the defense is really good.
All right, so those games that you mentioned, right? Does it mean more for the Brooklyn Nets players or for the Phoenix Suns players?
BK, what I'm trying to tell you is
No,
that those
answer the
type of
question,
wins,
man. Don't do
BK,
that. Answer the
BK,
question.
you don't think players from different teams are thinking about their futures, aren't watching Coach Jordan and go, wow, look what he did with talent that's probably C-level talent, and he made them play like A-level talent. Stars, players, veterans
You
would want
said
to be
same
part of that in the future. So you act like nobody would want to play for Coach Jordy? That's wild, BK. If you
He
think
hasn't
that. If
done
you don't think anybody
anything,
would want to
man.
play for him.
He hasn't done
Gary, do
anything.
you think that stars and vets watching with Jordy November, you don't think they'd be enticed one day to want to play with him, given the fact you could have way better talent on
Yeah,
this team right now if Jordy
and
turned C-level talent?
you saw this with Kenny Atkinson, right? Like he built a winning team, right? He built a playoff team, and then the stars wanted to come there. Like he built a winning, he built something.
A
Because
culture.
he built a winning
culture,
culture. Yeah, and that's what Jordy's doing.
That's what you need. You need a culture.
Thank you, Gary. See, Gary knows his Brooklyn history. BK, I don't know, man. We might have to check your Brooklyn history a little bit here. Feels like you've gone off the beaten path.
What happened to Kenny Atkinson once those stars did come here?
Oh, listen, Kenny Atkinson was an inexperienced coach at the time, but you know what? He did pretty decent for himself.
There you go. So
But Jordy's been coaching since he's been 11 years old. Jordy's been coaching for his whole life. Difference a little bit right there. This guy's been all over the circuit. Hell, he coached the Olympics and won gold or silver or whatever it's called. But he's
all right.
shown
See,
he can win with
I
star
would
players.
be more impressed if he can actually take this roster to the playoffs and win a first round
But
series.
that's not what
That's
they want
not
to
going
do,
to
though.
happen this year
All
because they're
right,
trying to
They
get
don't want
top
to do
in
that,
the
I
though.
would
fifth.
be impressed with that. Then
They
you
don't
can
want
say,
to
"Oh,
do
okay, this
that.
guy actually
Is he for real? Okay, you're trolling, BK. You're
I'm not
trolling at this
trolling,
point,
man.
man.
I'm
I
being
can't.
dead serious, man.
Yeah, okay, sure. If you're dead serious, man, whew,
I'm being dead serious.
then I'm on fumes tonight. And I'm on the one on fumes tonight, if that's the case.
I'm being dead serious, man. Dead serious.
I
Sure,
think I think
sure.
they've I think they've put the keys on the table and they're tanking efficiently now. From now, as of
Should have been
today,
a month
that's
ago, but
happening.
you know what? Timing adds up. And right now, if Philly passes us, I feel great about where we're going to get a draft pick. Because as long as Philly ain't in the lottery with us, I'm great about that. Like, if we have to compete with the Wizards and Utah,
All right, so
and
let's
Portland
get back into the
potentially, I
draft.
feel good about our odds.
Rick was saying, let's get back into the draft because, like Jonathan and his emotions, man, they just run.
No, you and your emotions. You've been flabbergasting us for like the
They
last
hired him
hour.
Mount Everest, man. You know what I'm saying? They hired him Mount
So,
Everest.
Oh, yeah, it
those
should be. It should be.
the second round picks, are they all for 2025? I didn't even look
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this sensor over here, man.
because that's what we should be
Zavon
looking. Second
Big Z
round.
over here. I gotta look at his brother. So this is somebody I really want to kind of look at right here because this is a second. He could be like another Jokic, somewhat, man, a hitting guy. If the Nets can actually pick him up. Now I don't know
Who'd you say could be Joker?
No, I mean this Big Z guy over here. He could be in the
Oh
future.
my gosh, she saw
He
a
could be. Hey,
minute clip, man. He's already got
he
this guy
could
next
be.
Joker.
He could
Yeah,
be.
could be. Okay.
He could be.
Woo!
Yeah, we seen it in Shangoon. They call him a baby Jokic, right?
I think
Um,
Derek Queen has a higher ceiling than this guy right now. If we were trying
He
to get a
looked a bit.
center in this draft,
He looked a bit. He looked a bit busted today. I watched that game, Sangoon. He looked a little bit busted to me. A couple of turnovers, didn't
yo,
shoot too good.
I mean, they're not gonna have good
OKC's
games
been
every
killing
single
it.
night, man.
He just looked a bit soft and slow today. I don't know. He plays better than that.
Yeah. They're not gonna come in. They're not gonna have good games every single night,
Yeah,
man. But if like let's say Shangoon plays like
he's a beast of a
70
player though.
something games, if he can give you like 55 good games out of 70 something games, that's a
Which he
win-win right
would.
there.
Yeah,
So let's get back
he's
into
the
the
key.
draft over
He's the
here.
key to that team winning anyway. He's the key to
Oh,
that team winning.
yeah. So the Nets, there's some potential Cam Thomas replacements over here that the draft board has the Nets linked to over here. Will Riley, 7'2", 6'6" guy. Hopefully they can come to some type of an agreement with Cam Thomas. Hopefully everything works out. But uh, if they don't, they got some replacements over here.
EK, there's not a market for Thomas, so I think there's going to be no trade for him because no team is going to go overboard for Thomas right now. So there's no point. Just
Yeah, I
re-sign
agree.
him. You can have over $100 million of cap space. You can figure out his future a year or two if you feel like he fits this team or start down the road fits this team. But it's not right now. The timing doesn't match up. Claxton, though, we can talk about it once the deadline
Oh,
comes because
who's
I can
this
already
guy?
identify 3 teams that want him right now. So
He's
I would
he's
say
on
Thomas is not going anywhere right now. But who knows at this
BK.
point?
Yeah.
Here's one. Who's Xavier Booker?
Um.
74. He's late. Michigan State he plays for. 6'11".
Gerard, good point, Gerard. Good point.
He's
What
a
did Gerard say?
6'11" center. He only weighs 205. But it says shows
What's
flashes of Anthony Davis. But is inconsistent and needs to play with a better motor.
what was the guy's name again?
Xavier Booker,
What first round,
X
second round pick?
second round.
Let's see here.
Are
Yeah,
you?
man. Let's see.
I'm on
Xavier
draftroom.com. He's down
Booker.
74.
Oh, I think I see it right here. Damn. I
Xavier
mean,
Booker.
most of these guys. I mean, he's not even up here though, man. So he might even go undrafted though. So and they compare him to Anthony Davis.
Yeah, it's got him. Let's say that.
Well, I
That's
mean, he
wild.
should be way higher than man because like
Yeah, but it
AD.
says he doesn't have a motor.
Well,
There's
AD
his
doesn't have a motor.
flashes of
Sometimes either.
Anthony Davis, like
AD, you gotta push his
coordination and
buttons,
talent,
man,
but
just to
he's
get in the play
inconsistent.
sometimes.
So he's got
Some scout
coordination and
reports,
talent, but inconsistent.
some scout comparisons aren't always right. They compared Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to DeJounte Murray, and Shai's on a way different level than
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray. So I don't think that one about with the guy with Davis is accurate
Well,
because that's
the
there's
Dejounte
rare
Murray's not a
players in
bum
this
He's a
league.
either,
lefty.
Jonathan. He's not a
Wait, what,
scrub.
BK? No, he's not
Dejounte
a
Murray
scrub,
is
but you're
not a
comparing
scrub.
two different levels. Can DeJounte Murray carry a team on OKC if he was the main guy? No. What Shai's doing
You see
is
OKC's
phenomenal
roster
right
too.
now. Wait,
You
what?
got listen.
They,
Looks not bad.
Basketball's a team sport, Jonathan.
yeah, but who's the superstar in that team? Who's playing like an MVP almost every given
Look at
night? It's Shea, and
OKC's
everybody else is doing
roster.
their role on that team. What?
Look at OKC's roster.
They're a stacked roster, but who's the main engine? You take Shea off that team, they're not playing like they're playing right now.
They won't drop off far. They're not going
What?
into the lottery.
Oh, BK.
They're not going to the lottery, right?
OKC, if they, so you telling me that if
If
OKC
your
lets
homeboy
go of Shea, they could.
Chauncey, that Jalen Williams kid is pretty good. They got pieces on there, man.
So you're telling me if Shea's off that team, they're gonna be a championship team?
I didn't say that. I said they won't fall off far. They're not going to go into the lottery. They're not going to just like go into like the number. They're not going 15th, in the standings.
Oh, so they'll be a playing team. Got it, BK. Got it.
It's better than
Come
going
on,
into
come
the
on.
lottery.
That's better. You tell me with that tally you just were talking about that's better than what they're
I don't
doing
think
right now.
they're going.
Come on,
I don't
BK.
think they're going to the playing. They won't be the number one seed or anything like that. Second seed. They're not definitely not a championship team. But what I'm saying is that they won't fall off a cliff. All right, you got to look at the surrounding pieces. Basketball is a team sport, Jonathan. All right.
I understand
I
that,
know
but
Stephen A.
you need a
Smith is a one
role of
man
players
show,
that
but
fit the
it's a team
hierarchy.
sport.
But BK, there's a hierarchy. You already know who the best guy on the team is, Shea,
I agree,
by a
but the best
landslide.
guy still needs other surrounding parts that work
And
that
he's
play.
got that. He's got all those other pieces. That's why we say Cam Johnson would be the perfect final
Look what
piece.
DeJounte
They
Murray
need
has.
3-point shooting.
Look what DeJounte Murray has compared to what
Actually, you know
Shea
what the
has.
crazy thing is? Before all those injuries happened, the Pelicans probably had the best roster they've ever had. The only problem is nobody can stay
Yeah.
healthy. So there you
Yeah.
go. So I hope that answers your question on that one.
They look good on paper.
And what Shea's shown you, he could carry this team even without Chet Holmgren. The way that this team's been playing with Isaiah Hartenstein being the Plan B center, phenomenal the way they're playing. They're kicking everybody's butts right now,
Very.
and Shea's been the main focal point.
Damn, they got
I'm telling
Brooklyn.
you, if
They got Brooklyn at number 15. I mean,
oh
NBA
my
draft
gosh,
has
It's gonna be a lot
actually
higher than
been
that.
consistent. Like from
yeah.
they actually got it right. I mean, they've been
No,
very,
no,
very.
they didn't. They didn't. That's because we were like in the 8th and 7th seed 2 weeks ago. That's why they made that draft. Come
No,
Who
on,
knows
no. I
BK.
mean,
further
even
now?
before the season began, they had Brooklyn between like 13 and 15 with their first round pick.
So you're telling
So
me there are
these
9
teams,
teams that are going to leapfrog us? You're telling me right now 9 teams
it's
are going to leapfrog us right
possible,
now?
man. It's not guaranteed, dude. It's not definitive. That's what I'm
Okay, so
saying.
if these NBA owners hated Brooklyn so badly, then I totally agree with you. If they hated the crap out of us, yeah, put the Lakers in front of us. They only have LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Hey, put Philly. They only got Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey. But you know what? Brooklyn, man, you don't deserve a top lottery pick. Come on, BK. What are you trying to sell me here?
No, I'm just saying they've been very, very consistent from day
Be
one,
above
and
the Bulls.
they had never had the Nets picking at from 1 through 3, and even with that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of teams over here that are competing for this one, these top 3 picks over here, and
I
they
don't
Come
think
on,
fall
even
short.
need
BK.
them.
Yeah, they got
Philadelphia should
small.
be nowhere in the lottery right now. They should be ahead of us right now by a mile.
Damn, Ace Bailey actually fell off to number 4 now. Wow,
Well,
damn.
probably
Trey
Flans
Johnson's
higher.
been pretty consistent.
Captain Crunch, this is a mock draft. It's not the real thing. Spoiler alert. Come
Edge
on.
comes to drop him.
Yeah, I got a hot take on that. Harper's the best player in the draft.
He's playing
Yeah.
phenomenal right now. I can't deny that. He's making Ace and Cooper, who have all the skill sets in the world, look very average right now. I'm not saying they're not bad players by any stretch of the mean. They're very great players. They're going to be great players. But right now, Harper is leading the pack, man. Offensively, defensively, playmaking wise, he's a triple threat on the court. If we get the 3rd pick and Harper just falls on our table, we win the draft, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you have so many options. We could get Ace, Cooper, or Harper. We win right now. So, but yeah, Harper's been just playing at a phenomenal level right now. Nobody can deny that right now. He's been playing really well.
Um, what was I say? So they have
He's
us
light.
picking
He's
six
light.
four.
175 pounds.
Yeah, yeah. And there's he's out of Alabama. I gotta go look him up then. So I mean NBA draft. These are like this is like the NBA right here, man. These are the scouts. Um, these are
I
the
agree, Riff.
guys with like the most accurate scouting reports for the most part. I'm not saying it's like they get it right 100% of the time, but for the most part, they got Nick Claxton right. You know, they they broke his game down to the actual molecule, man. You
Oh, can
know,
you imagine
so
Dallas with that bloke? That Kalman center? Oh, it's got him down. The 7'3" bloke.
You talk about Derek
He's
Lively from
yeah,
Dallas?
yeah,
no, no,
yeah. You
no,
talking
no,
about
no, no.
Collins,
The draft on the
the Duke
screen,
center, the Duke
Oh,
center.
draft, okay.
and they got him looking like he's going to go to Dallas, which probably won't happen. But
Yeah, man.
Dallas,
So I don't know, Jonathan. I mean, I don't know.
BK, we're not going to be top 15. The record is going to go back to what it should have been, and we're going to be in the top 5, but getting that 3rd pick selection is great for us. We don't have to make the scary decision with the 1st round selection. The 3rd pick gives us a perfect shot to get either Ace, Harper, or Cooper because so many people are
here's,
debating who's better than the other two. So we just get that 3rd pick. We're great because
here's
we'll
another
get one
thing
of them.
too. Another thing too with these supposed better teams like Philly and stuff. They're going to
Yeah,
have to pick
listen, people.
players.
That's
They're going to
all
have to pick players
predicated.
around their team. They're going to have to pick the
That's all
players around their
predicated.
team.
That's all predicated peoples and them actually getting a number 1 through 3 pick, man. That then the rebuild starts right there. But if you're gonna get a role player, I mean, Dylan Harper seems like the most safest pick right now, and I would say Cooper Flagg because even if he's not a true number 1, I mean, you can still build towards Cooper Flagg being a great number 2 or great number 3. You can actually get like something in the 26th draft, right? And him and Cooper Flagg, and I don't know who will be like your second guy. I think Cooper Flagg is a number 2. What do you think, Gary? You think he's a number 2 or number
As
3?
a scorer, I mean,
As
he's
a
never.
as a like a role on the team.
It's hard to assess him, right? Because he's never going to be the number 1 scorer, I don't think, unless something seriously changes. Unless he like becomes a lights out shooter, right?
He can work on that. Yeah.
Yeah, if he doesn't become a lights out shooter, like he's going to be in that situation where he's probably the best player on your team, but he's not your number 1 scoring option.
Yeah. I agree.
If you put the right talent with Cooper, he doesn't have to be the best guy. If he facilitates, he blocks, he defends. Like the good thing about Cooper Flagg, he plays so many roles on the team that not many top number one prospects can do. Most top one prospects are really great scorers, but everything else they're not great at. Cooper's shown you he could be a great teammate from the get go and facilitate. You put 2 stars next to him, you have a full top tier team right there. So Cooper doesn't have to be the main guy. And I think that's what many people don't understand. He doesn't have to give you 30, 40 points a night. He's all about quality, not quantity. What Dylan Harper's showing you, he can give you quality and quantity right now the way he's playing. With Ace right now, he's probably has the rawest skill set out of all of those top 3 draft picks right now. He really needs a coach that can harness the offensive ability that he has and
So
make him very efficient.
if you
That's
get
the
Cooper
next step
Flag,
for Ace.
if you get Cooper Flag and Captain Crunch is actually saying he's a number 3, then you gotta you have to like
Yes.
start knocking out. You have to start rebuilding this team quick, or you'll just waste Cooper Flag's potential. Then, because
No,
and this is why I want to keep Cam Johnson on the roster because
Wait, what?
Cooper
Cam
Flag.
Johnson for Cooper? What?
Cooper Flag's
What?
like how old? He's got so long to
Cooper Flag's
so
gonna be
long.
like, get me out of Brooklyn. If I have Cam Johnson on my team, Cooper's gonna request a trade. What are you talking about, BK? We don't need Johnson on his team with Cooper. Let Cooper play with the young talent developed for 2026. We have 2 draft picks here consecutively. You just want to like turn the rebuild switch off after this draft. Be honest with me, BK. You want us to go for a top star right after this draft. We get Cooper, Harper, or Ace. You don't want
nah,
to rebuild
actually
and
after
try for another
26.
year.
I would want them to tank for one more year. See if you can get Cameron Boozer. Who's that other kid that Star Traffic always talking about? The one right after AJ DeBonster. Darren Peterson. I gotta go look at his game and
I
see.
personally go for Giannis.
And
Build the draft around him.
who?
Listen, it's
I,
fun things
I'd
to
personally go
entice
for
about
Oh,
Giannis.
down on
Giannis?
the
I mean,
dunker.
you can get Giannis. I mean, he's one guy, man. You
Yeah, but you
gotta
build
get
around him.
really
Him and
good
Cam
pieces.
Thomas.
If
You build
if you
around
get
him
Ace
and Cam Thomas.
down on Dunker, if you get Ace or Harper and then make the move for Giannis with Thomas, those trio combinations I'm very excited
Yep,
about. I just don't know if we have to pull the trigger right now. The
that's
only
the
way it
trigger
would
you pull.
happen, the only way it would happen under Dunker if Giannis requests a trade and we're one of his choices. At that point, you know what Sean Marks would do. If he says he wants you, what do you do at that point? Do you just say, "Nah, it's cool. Glad you like us, but I got to go get AJ or Cam Boozer"? I don't think Marks
He's
would do that, unfortunately.
he's playing
I
the
don't think
best
he
he
would
ever
do that.
has. I think Giannis. He's unbelievable stats this year.
He's
Crazy,
been
crazy
crazy,
accuracy.
leading scorer. He's about to win a scoring title. I mean, this guy. People are saying he's not
Like
playing like a
12
superstar.
rebounds a
He's
game.
playing like Superman. This guy's playing like Superman right now.
Yep.
Like people gotta acknowledge that. Like without Giannis, the Bucks are a crappy 10th playing seed right now with Damian Lillard. They're not carrying nothing. Giannis has been carrying them on his back. He's got that whole Milwaukee court dome on his back right now. The way he's been playing. Like,
He's obviously trying to win, but
Yeah, and you know what? That's a good thing about a superstar like Giannis. He could have complained, lied dead on the ground, and say, "Trade me,
surprised he
trade me,
didn't.
trade me. I don't want to be here." But now he's
I'm
fighting.
surprised
He's
he
going
didn't.
down swinging right now. Like this is what people respect about Giannis. He's gonna give you all he's got until the team just can't move with him anymore. He can't move with the team. So Giannis is in a great position right now. A team is gonna make a big bid for him, and if it's Brooklyn, you can't be upset at that. You know, if that's what happens at that point.
I don't know, man. I mean, you gotta look at matchups and you gotta look at how if you do get Giannis on this team, how they match up with Cleveland, Orlando, and
Could you
Boston.
imagine the ticket
Because
sales? I
those
mean,
are
the
like
ticket
really
sales
the
already
top.
happened, but far out.
Well, that's another thing down in Dunker why Brooklyn should give him his top picks. Ticket sales are going down the crapper right now, especially the NBA Cup. Nobody's watching it right now. Like,
Uh,
do you really want Cooper, Ace, or Harper to be on the Wizards, Utah Jazz, and Portland?
Now,
I
JR,
don't. I want
JR,
one of them to be in
he
Brooklyn right
doesn't
now.
mean he means the best player in the 26th draft, though, man. He doesn't mean the actual second best or third best. He thinks that Darren Peterson is the best. I don't know if he's messing with AJ. I don't know. I don't know. That's AJ's tough, man, and it's really with AJ's size, strength, right? He plays like Shea, right? He plays like Shea McGrady. That's what he says. That's what he actually saying, and he does play like Shea a little bit. You can see the comparison there. But what is AJ DeBoss's comparison? Hold on. What's
I
his?
would like to get Cam Boozer, guys. I think Boozer is the most versatile out of all those draft picks in 2026. This guy does so many things from scoring, defense, rebounding, athletic ability. Boozer is that like young Aaron Gordon, but
I
could be a
do.
star
Yes.
player
I
for his
think
team.
AJ. I think
I
AJ
like
is more
Boozer, man.
skilled. But I like Cameron Boozer better than AJ,
There's,
man. I know
there's
I'm
still
crazy
players
to
that
say
can
that.
come good though. There's still 2 years away, so someone still could come out of nowhere. There's so much time to
Right,
go.
that's true. We got to look
You
more
know,
into that
there's
draft
Aaron
after
still
Boozer,
yeah.
with his back to
Someone
the
could
basket, he
just
can
come out
face
of
up.
nowhere
2025. Yeah, fair
Uh,
point. Don't fair point.
because they're still so young. So
yeah, what you trying to say,
Man,
Claude?
on
Man, what do you mean you miss Harlem, man? I told you, man. Claude is Harlem Only's fan. You know, that's it.
definitely not you typing BK then. You're definitely not Claude in disguise because BK wouldn't have typed that.
man, I
Oh
just
man,
can't wait till we trade the rest of these
Harlem gives me a
vets.
headache at times, though. He really does, man. He gives me a headache. He's the best defender. He scored 32 points and shut down both Boozer brothers. How can he shut down like 2 players? I don't know.
Long arms.
Who? Darren
Hey,
Peterson?
listen, I saw the Boozer brothers take it against AJ
Extremely long
DeBosa, and
arms.
Cam Boozer only had one less point than AJ DeBosa. So you want to compare Darren Peterson to them, okay? But the Boozer brothers gave the best prospect AJ DeBosa a run for his money when they matched up recently a few months ago. So that's interesting. But I think what the Boozer brothers did against AJ is even more impressive. How they
They
went toe
have
to toe with
Cameron
them.
Boozer. I think his NBA comp is actually Jason Tatum. I didn't see it at first. Then I started watching more of him. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see it. I don't know just yet, but you can see something brewing there.
I see like a young star Aaron Gordon in him, man, because offensive, defensively, he's very sound. He could be a great bully ball player too. Like this guy ain't afraid to like go head to head with players in the paint. I really think Boozer would be a great pickup for us. Versatility. That's what Jordy wants on this team. He wants you to be great at a lot of things, not just good at one thing. And I think with AJ, I don't think we're going to get him. I think another team might get him. And I worry that AJ is that guy who wants to play with stars. He said, "Give me Wemby, give me Paulo." I'm like, well, if he doesn't want to come to any other team, that's a little problem for us. I think we'd be great getting the second pick in next year's draft. I mean,
Oh no, you ain't
2026
gonna like
draft with
this,
Boozer.
Jonathan. They have
What?
they have Cameron Boozer. His NBA comp is Al Horford, man.
No, that's BS. That is such BS. Al Horford to become a championship player till the end of his career at 37. You tell me Cameron Boone's going to take the guy a decade and a half? A decade and a half. Whoever did that scouting report, nah, you're wrong on that one completely. That is
Hey,
complete BS, man.
I'm just reporting. Don't kill the messenger, man.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
BK, you're comparing a center in Al Horford to a guy who I think he's not a center, Cameron Boozer. He's like power forward or something like that, or small forward. That's two different positions. So how does that make sense?
I mean, I don't know, man.
Now, listen, some of these
I can
draft
see that.
scouts don't always get it right. They
Al,
don't always get it right.
Al Horford isn't garbage, man. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
but Al
really
Horford didn't
like
become
that
a
role
great
player.
player till the end of his career.
And what's the other dude's name?
Now
Darren
Harvard was
Peterson.
good his whole career. I mean, he became a different player. He added the three ball,
Yeah, the three
but
ball.
he's
Yeah,
always been good.
Yeah,
yeah.
but this has been the best of his career at the end when he went to the
It's
Celtics. Like
good
you saw a
for
completely different Al Horford when he
he,
came to the Celtics. I mean,
it's good for
offensively,
76ers.
defensively, he's been great. And not to
He
mention,
played
he was a huge part of the championship run last year. They didn't have KP for most of the playoffs, and Al Horford was just right there doing his job and just killing it. So I don't see that comparison, though. I
All right, so
really don't with Horford and
let me
Boozer.
pull this up on screen over here. Hold on. This is actually a good comparison. Darren Peterson, they have him compared to Brandon Roy, right? And damn, his hold on. Let me pull this up over here. Maybe Star Traffic is onto something over here, man. I think he's onto something. Let me get this up here. Hold on. Let me take this off. And I don't know why is that
You're
shit.
funny, Claude Smith. You're funny, man.
What they call it say?
Yeah, Claude's funny.
So maybe you do tank for. Oh, here we go, right here. All right. And let me put this over here. All right. So Darren Peterson, they have his NBA comp as Brandon Roy. Now we know what happened with him. He actually got injured,
He is a good
but
player though.
so he's not in terms of he's not that far off from like AJ DeBonster. So like him and AJ DeBonster could probably be the two best players. Well, what about Gilbert Arenas' son? Doesn't Gilbert Arenas' son comes out
You
too?
should look up Cam Boozer's profile, BK, because
I just
he's
did.
right up there.
I did. They compared him to
He's a
Al
wingspan.
Horford. Yeah. So what do you think, Gary? Darren Peterson over here?
He's so young. 2007.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we're a ways off on that, right? 2007.
7.
Was he really born in 2007?
Yeah, this is it.
I graduated college in 2005. Wow,
Yeah.
old.
Let's go quick.
So
Wow. I was like 6 years old when you graduated,
2 years
Gary.
to be here before you know it, man. I mean, 2 years to be here quick.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen. Was he in 11th grade?
No, he's coming out in 2
Maybe
years.
So he's in 12th
18.
grade. He's a senior.
Yes.
We shouldn't fret too much about 26 right now. I'm fine with 2025 right now because that's where our main goal is. We can focus this later on afterwards, you
NBA
know?
scouts are,
Where-
he's in
where
high
we-
school. Hold on. And he's in high school, and NBA scouts are already looking at him already.
Where are we drafted in 2026?
We have another one. We only have one first round pick in the first round.
Right. So how do I know if we're even going to be in position to draft him? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was bad,
Trade the pick.
right?
Could trade
I
the
mean,
pick for Giannis, who knows?
if the Nets are actually projected to pick number 14, 15, 8, or 9, does that player like boost the team up to get into the 5th or 6th seed in the Eastern Conference? A rookie?
BK.
BK, we're going to get in the lottery next
It's
year.
got to stop where you think like you tank and you get a good player and then you're good. It doesn't work. You know, like it's the Knicks tanked for Zion, had the worst record in basketball, got the number 3 pick, got RJ Barrett, who's a decent player, who helped them win nothing. But who did they get in free agency? Jalen Brunson, who made him a contender, right? Like, just we're gonna tank and get a good player, and that's gonna change our franchise. It's stupid and it doesn't work. Like Detroit's
Philly did it. I mean, that only works
players
situationally
hit.
because
Joel
Jalen
Embiid hit. Ben Simmons was
Jalen
good.
Brunson in 26 or 27 though.
Hang on, Joel Embiid hit. Ben Simmons hit. Philly never got out of the second round.
Can't
Anthony
believe they didn't
Davis
go
hit.
further.
Zion Williamson hit. New Orleans never got out of the first round. Like this idea that like everyone is going to be Shaquille O'Neal or LeBron James. It's not going to, and he's just going to change your franchise.
He's got you there, BK. He's got you there. Gary got you there, man.
I said if the Nets get a draft pick, even a top 3 draft pick, right? They're not going to be able to get them into the 5th or 6th seed and the playoffs. They're still going to be bad somewhat, right?
Right,
it's growing pains, BK.
Like Houston had a bunch of top 5 picks, and they're all decent. The guy that changed their franchise, their all-star player, was picked 16th overall in Sengun. Like Jalen Green is fine, Jabari, those guys are fine, but their all-star was picked 16. So that like this thing where we're just gonna draft a player, Cade Cunningham in Detroit. Cade Cunningham is excellent. How's Detroit been the last 4 years?
You need better pieces though.
They've been great, Gary. They got Tobias. Wait, Gary. Gary. Detroit's been great.
What was Detroit missing?
They're missing everything, bro. Detroit's got one.
Wait, Gary. You're being too hard on the Detroit Pistons. Did they get Tobias Harris? Come on, get on Tobias.
Trash for how long? They've been trash for so long.
Listen, this is why I feel great about our down to Duncan. This is why I feel good about our chances. We're stuck between us, Portland, Utah, and Washington. We're getting one of those top 3 picks. There's no way those top 3 picks are going to small market teams consecutively. We're going to get one of those top picks because the NBA does want to sell tickets. You get one of the Rutgers boys, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. Brooklyn's going to be making a lot of money as they add more talent to their team with one of those guys being the headpiece. I'm telling you. Marketing is going to play a role in who goes to where.
We got all the options. All the options are ours. Like we can go any direction we want. That's the best thing.
Exactly. That's the fun part about this. And BK, I understand you want to get everybody at once, but there is a
I
process.
never
We have to
said
go
that,
through it.
man. I just said I want a tank for both drafts.
Yeah, but BK, you keep saying, "Are these guys going to pan out? Are they going to develop quickly?" Like we have to see. We have to see what Jordy does with these guys. I believe they will. I think Jordy has the right
They
mindset and
have to want
attitude.
to put the work in the. Jordy can't force them to actually go out there and work on their games, man.
But he'll put them through a military boot camp like he did this season. Remember,
It
everybody was saying,
matters.
"Wow, this is the toughest
You gotta
training
work.
camp we ever had." You mean it doesn't matter? What do you mean it doesn't matter? It's a change in a program, a structure, and a mentality. These guys were playing like an all-star unit for that stretch in November. The way they were playing, you don't think
Yeah,
Jordy had any impact on that?
I know it, Jonathan, man. Listen, you can put him through a boot camp all you want, man. That's just conditioning. They still have to have skill, right? A boot camp is not going to make your ball handling better. It's not going to make your shooting better,
I think
right?
you got to have culture is most important.
So
Yeah,
you're telling me Clowney developing 20 pounds of muscle had nothing to do with the Brewers game because
he's
Jordy wanted him
making
to get
more
stronger?
skill, though, man.
Oh my
No,
Does he
gosh!
have a
Listen.
jump hook?
John, when you tank 2 years in a row, it works. Look at Philly. They got Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz 2 years in a row at number one. And then they
Yeah.
won a championship right away.
Oh yeah, I remember
Oh, and they
that. I
got
also
Should've.
shut out in
remember
the second
Simmons.
round.
I
Then
remember
they got
They
Simmons
should
couldn't
have.
make the game-winning
it
free
doesn't
throw
work. Like
in the
the problem
finals. Oh wait, he never went to the finals
It,
before
I think getting
in
rid
they
of
his
never
Butler
got
was
out
a
of
career.
the
mistake.
second round. They were never
Getting rid of
good.
Come
Jimmy
on,
Butler.
man.
They should have kept Jimmy Butler instead of Harris.
They should have down at Dunker. They should have, and that was a huge mistake on their
They
part.
got
And that's
Biggest
another
mistake.
So
thing.
you're gonna blame the organization for stupid mistakes they made.
Yes,
Butler was a
the
beast
Phillies
that game.
organization should get blamed. Look what Daryl Morey did. He stole James Harden's money. Harden took a pay cut for them and had Morey repay him. Oh, I'm not going to give you what you want. That's bad. If you have a GM who promised you something and doesn't deliver your money, that's bad reputation right there. And look what's happened to Philly since.
If you look at the championship teams, the only guys that were top picks by the team that drafted them that won a championship was Boston, right?
Right.
Golden State drafted step 7. They drafted Clay like 20 something. Kevin Durant came in free agency. Toronto won a championship. They didn't draft Kyle Lowry. He came from somewhere else. And so Kawhi Leonard, they got in a trade. If you look at Denver, Joker came in the second round. None of these guys, none of these teams tanked besides Boston, who raped the
Got very
Nets.
lucky.
Yeah, who did what they did to the Nets, had their way with the Nets. None of these other teams that won a championship did what you're suggesting. None of them tanked 1 year in a row. None of them did that, and definitely not 2 years in a row.
It was
You're
Kawhi
not,
that landed that
listen,
shot against
you're not
76ers,
tanking.
wasn't
I
it?
mean, listen, you're not
He
tanking.
did. He did. That was
Yeah,
the
in the
game
corner.
changer.
You got Giannis
In the corner,
in the middle
like
of the
how.
first round.
Listen,
Like,
it's the old. Listen. There's no guarantee. There's 20 something other teams like bidding for like the same free agents that let's say Shea hits the market in a couple of years, right? There's gonna be a million teams looking to get Shea. All right, it's
And
hard
Brooklyn will
to
have the
actually get
most
Shea,
assets,
man.
and
BK.
the team that gets him is going to be a legitimate contender,
Yeah.
right?
Who says
Yeah.
who says
Right.
it's gonna be the Nets though?
What was that?
Who says it's gonna be the Brooklyn Nets?
Well, he
We have the
plays for
most
Jordy for the
assets in
Olympics.
the league. Whoa, BK, we have the
So
most assets in the Eastern Conference.
right, is that this is the way it's set up. That your team is bad, which the Nets are bad, right? And they are. It's not like they're trying to be bad, on purpose. Is that they don't really have any. Well, Ben Simmons is shot, right? Cam Johnson is not a Jason Tatum or Jalen Brown. He's a role player. So, Nicholas Claxton, right? Not good.
Okay, so we're doomed for
Not
failure
good.
because Claxton can't evolve his game. Wow, Gary, I guess you and I can retire now. Get out of here,
You know,
BK. Come on, listen. It's going to be a developmental process. You have the right coach. You have the most assets in the league. We have pieces to the puzzle. It's just about getting the players now around what you got, and then you go from there. We're definitely going to make a move for a star once we get all our prospects in
could
a
be
row
SGA.
because we're going to
It
have
could be
cap
SGA.
space and draft assets. And
It could
a
be
star
SGA.
will want to come here. A
It
star
could be
will want to come
SGA.
to Brooklyn.
I'm telling you, it
Wait,
could be
what?
SGA.
I mean, you miss Cleo now, Jonathan. You actually really you're a fortune teller. You could tell the future.
BK, look at the assets we have. We're the 8th richest market in the league. We have almost close to the most draft capital in the East. We're about to surpass OKC once we trade Doe and Johnson away. And then at that point, you're going to get top prospects and you're going to go for a star. We've been connected to so many stars lately that it's wild. When we're rebuilding, stars even want to come here. We're going to be
And
in the conversation no matter what going
I'll
forward.
believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay.
Oh man. Okay, but we'll
SGA
keep Ben
players.
Simmons on the team to steal money and rob us blind because he play makes. And Cam Johnson spaces the floor. Like what? Like come on.
If you have Ben Simmons as a backup, as a backup point guard, that's not
Oh
bad.
my God. Gary, can you tell BK why we have to get rid of Ben Simmons, please? Because I don't think he gets it. Again,
No,
the
you don't get it.
5,000th time. No, you don't
Keep him
get it.
on the
Gary,
cheap.
please explain.
He's taken up. Like, there's a lot of reasons to get rid of Ben Simmons. A, he's not very good, and he's making $40 million. Like, that's the most obvious reason. If you
Mhm.
can,
I'm not saying sign him to like another big $200 million contract. You got him as a backup point guard.
why would you do
Yeah,
that?
back
When
up.
you
Oh
can
my
get
God,
somebody
that's
who doesn't.
awful.
Back
That
up
Why
on
is
would you
speed.
do that
awful.
when you can get someone who doesn't suck?
Oh gosh, yo. All right. Go
Did
ahead,
you
Gary.
see what he
Finish
did
up, man.
against the
Finish
Bucks,
up. Finish up.
BK?
Finish
He
up.
gave you
Finish up.
0 points in like 20 minutes of basketball. Come on,
All
BK.
right.
Even as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
backup,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
gives
yeah,
you
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. But you don't want to like get on Claxton for his inferior performance or any of the other
I
Well, we
players.
did
get
get
on
on
Claxton
Claxton.
all
I
the
called him
time.
out for
All
it.
right. So,
Come on.
Finish up, Gary.
So
Wild.
he's got no role on the team, right? He can't score. So when you play offense, you're playing 5-on-4 because he can't score unless he's 3 feet from the basket.
He's a good passer though. He
If
does
you
set up.
can, he does. If you can get
Yeah,
someone
he
to
pushes
take him, you
space.
might be able to get something in return for him, like a
He can elevate the second unit, right? He can elevate the second units who guys who aren't that skilled. He can get them in better positions. Once I'm not saying like if you can get like have him as a backup point guard, it's perfect, man.
Why is that perfect?
How is it perfect when he does nothing for you offensively?
I mean, he's probably the best point guard we've got, especially now that Schroeder's gone.
Well, yeah, right now, I mean, look, the offense is going
we
to
might
get
be screwed.
it's going to get dark. It's going to get ugly for the Nets offensively without Schröder and without Cam Thomas right now. These next few games, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get real
And
ugly.
possibly
No,
Cam Johnson gone.
Jake Ron, I agree. Developing our own stars first with the prospects in these two drafts is very important. But ultimately, when you develop prospects and you really want to win, the Nets will ultimately probably trade for a star. I just don't see him winning with just all homegrown talent. You're going to need a good mix if you want to win it all. And just knowing Brooklyn and their history, if you get the prospects actually developed the right way and actually have young star prospects, getting a star is usually an equalizer and trying to win it all. That's all I'm saying about that. And BK, Ben Simmons does nothing for our future. As a backup, he's even worse. He gave you nothing against that Bucks game. 20 minutes of cardio. He didn't want to go to the rim once. How is that good for our team? Why would I want to play and develop
He
my
went to the
game
rim
with a guy
once.
who
And
hasn't developed his
he got
game
an
in 8
offensive.
years?
Quiet, man. He went to the
Yeah,
rim
okay.
once. He got an offensive foul.
He went to Gary. He went to the rim once and got
He went to the rim
offensive foul.
once.
Hey, Ben Simmons, I'm so
You
proud
said
of you.
Like,
Come
He
on.
passes the ball. He passes.
BK, are you being serious right now? This is why we're keeping him because
Listen, I'll get down on the dunker on that Brooklyn team right now to give more quality minutes than Ben Simmons. Hell, I'll invest in Shake Milton. I'll resign him this offseason because I like what Shake and Bake does. Not afraid to score, not afraid to be an energizer buzzy, and not afraid to put the team before himself. Something Ben Simmons has done in 8 years. It's always the Ben Simmons show wherever he's at. I'm done with the Ben Simmons show. Send him home at this point. He's giving you nothing right now.
And he's taking minutes away from other guys. Well, now, I mean, it's
Stop
rough.
No
saying
guys
that.
now.
I'm
He's
gonna mute you,
taking
Gary.
minutes from
Stop
guys who
saying
could
that.
use him.
Stop that nonsense, Gary. Please
What
What
stop.
nonsense?
Stop that.
Tyrese Martin, Derek Whitehead, Jalen Wilson, Noah Clowney, guys who are developing.
Those guys are never going to be all stars.
Wow. So,
What
so
does
BK.
Never
Wow.
going to be all stars.
Okay, let me ask you a question, BK. Did Jamal Murray help Denver win a championship?
Yeah, it wasn't just Jamal
Has
Murray.
he ever been an all-star?
No.
Got him. There you go. You just got by Gary, man.
Yeah,
Come
but look
on.
at the Western Conference guards, though. You're talking about a guard.
He's
Oh,
never going to be
man.
an all-star.
Okay.
Okay, so what? I don't understand your point. Yes, no one ever
He had
said
a
Derek Whitehead is
squad,
going to
man.
be an
Gary.
all-star.
But he did have the best player in the league.
BK, you know what I realize about you, BK? If the talent isn't great off the bat, there's no point in keeping them. How can you ever win?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so you want to keep just reshuffling the deck every year like we've been
But
doing for the last 8 years and
David,
screwing ourselves? We made the
listen,
Boston Celtics a championship team because we couldn't develop our
They got
talent
rid of their
properly.
defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart. They got rid of Robert Williams. They made moves until you can actually get good. Yes. What are
That
you
was
talking
after
about,
8 or 9 years, though, to win a title. But we've been doing it almost every year in Brooklyn,
man?
flipping the
All
script.
right. Listen, I pose this question to Harlem, right? I'm gonna ask you the same thing. You go out there, you play a pickup game, right? You win a couple of games, and then the next 3-on-3 or the next 5-on-5, these guys are like, you got like 15 6'5" guys that come in, and you have a bunch of 5'8" guys, and you get blown out. Are you going to pick the same team again, or you got to match
So,
up
so,
better
so,
for
so
a
you're
contract?
telling me, Cam Thomas, Noah Clowney, Jalen Wilson, Zaire Williams, they could all go right now because they've done
BK,
nothing.
BK,
Is that what you're saying?
you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth. You're saying we should bring back Ben Simmons, but we shouldn't bring back the same team. Like Ben
Wild. This
Simmons
is
is gonna make
wild.
it.
As a
He's our
backup,
highest paid
but
player.
Ben
He's the
Simmons is
reason
a
we
proven
suck.
three-time All-Star, Gary.
BK, if I'm a bad car salesman, you're Ben Simmons' personal financial
No,
attorney
he
at
isn't.
law.
No,
That's even worse.
Yeah,
he's
but
a
not
proven
anymore.
three-time All-Star.
So is
You
Stephon
usually guys
Marbury.
That
You
get
was
want to bring?
five,
You want
six
to bring
years
Stephon
ago.
Marbury?
Ben Simmons is
Cam
nowhere near
Thomas
that.
All-Star team.
So why don't we bring
Get,
Jason Kidd back to play point guard? Well, why not? He's a 10-time
let's do it
All-Star.
right now. That guy could still
Let's
play if
bring
he
Kidd
wanted
back.
to.
Let's bring Derek
Jimmy
Coleman to play
Kidd.
the 5.
Hell, give me Vince Carter. That guy's not afraid to score a bucket and dunk the ball once in a while. I mean, BK, Ben Simmons couldn't even go to the line against Brook Lopez. He was that damn scared to go to rim against one of the slowest defenders in the league. What are you talking about? That Simmons is
Ben
going to
Simmons
impact
slow.
his team. You know what I
Ben
saw
is
this
I
season
didn't
that's
say,
crazy?
guys.
Ben Simmons had an
I'm not
open
saying.
dunk shot. You know what he did with the dunk shot? He deflected it to Cam Johnson. This guy didn't want to score a dunk shot. And you tell me this guy should be on this damn team when this guy's done some crazy crap? Hell, he got blocked by the rim. He got blocked by the rim dunking the ball with nobody guarding him. How does that happen with your guy who's supposed to be a 3-time All-Star? He's not that guy anymore, BK. Ben
Jonathan,
Simmons is a quad job.
you never ate paint chips when you were a kid, right?
BK, that paycheck crap better not be skewed any longer, BK. The minutia out of your mouth this night has been very bad, BK.
No,
Well,
you're just
Schroeder's
highly,
gone.
you're
That's
highly
one gone.
emotional.
Schroeder's gone. That's
They
one
must be
gone.
putting something in the water, man. You know, I'm telling you, they
Oh,
put
is this guy for
something in the
real?
water.
Come on.
Something's going on over here, man. We got men today that are highly, highly emotional. I mean,
That's
emotional.
you. That's you. You want to keep
I'm
Simmons on his team and Cam
God.
Johnson,
I'm
and
on
both of them
medication
aren't
for that.
valuable assets to
And
this team.
Cam Johnson to like all-star players, right? We're doing
Gary,
that.
did I do it? Gary, did I ever once compare Cam Johnson to an all-star player in any of our
No,
discussions?
Gary has. He's comparing Cam Johnson to.
When did
He's
Gary
comparing
compare?
Cam
Yo, this is
Johnson
lies. Come
to
on.
I'm pretty sure I'd
what
say
I
Cam
said.
Johnson. I'm
He's a
pretty sure I say
high-end role player that spaces the floor out. And Gary doesn't value spacing in basketball. I mean, he just
Oh
I don't
my
know why.
gosh.
when
He
did I
doesn't do
say I
that.
don't value
And
spacing?
we
I
got
said you
Jonathan
can
over
get
here,
plenty
man.
of
That's
guys
just like,
who can space.
oh yeah, where?
Free
Free
agency, the
agency,
draft. I
the
mean, these are
trade.
basics, BK.
You want a small forward who can shoot threes? Every team's got one.
Yeah, we got one. Two.
We got one. There you go. Exactly. We have one too. Exactly.
Right,
We have
that's what
one
I'm saying.
that's under contract, right?
Yeah, and you're paying him $25 million. Like we talked
Yeah,
about
but
it.
we're playing Claxton that
Aaron
much too, which
Jones, his price is good and makes
it does
half
my
the
head
money.
in.
Why?
Are
Why?
you're not bitching about
I'm
Nick
keeping
Claxton?
CJ over Claxton.
You
That's
don't
where
give me
I'm
no
at.
production at all.
I say every
That's
day
bad.
that we should trade Nick Claxton. I say that twice
Yes.
a
I
day.
would complain more about
Yes.
him than Cam Johnson.
Claxton plays
Claxton's
defense. Is Cam
negative.
Johnson?
This is
Huh?
wild.
I don't know
BK,
if
your
Claxton plays
glazing for
defense.
Johnson is wild.
I'm not
BK,
sure if
you're
Claxton plays
overglazing.
defense.
BK, can I say this to you? You're overglazing Cam Johnson like an oversized turkey or a ham or something like that, man.
Me
That
glazing
wild.
Cam Johnson is to say we're going to build the team around Cam Johnson, and he's going to be the main focal piece. Nobody's saying that. I said
You
he's
are
a
because
role
he
player.
provides you spacing and 3-point shooting. That's it. That's it. What am I going to do with that?
You guys don't know basketball.
Yeah, we
He's
do.
28
BK.
years old, BK. He's not
BK.
22 anymore.
He ain't 35 years old. He's still in his
BK.
prime.
No, I agree. BK, let me ask you a question: Is $25 million a year for a guy that runs 3-point line to 3-point line good value?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Come on!
Oh God!
Depends on the
This is the
team.
optics, BK. If you were a GM and you said, you know what, guys, I want to keep Cam Johnson because he's important to the culture and he wants to be here. If you ever said those things, BK, as a manager, the teams
Jonathan,
would laugh at you,
listen to what
man.
I'm
They'd be
saying,
like,
dude.
wow, if this guy
I'm not
values Cam
saying
Johnson
I
over
want to
a star
build.
player, that's wild.
I'm not saying I want to build a team around Cam Johnson. Okay. I
Clowney can
said
always play
he's
that role.
a good down on the dunker. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Dunker,
mean,
can you
Yeah.
ask him why you're paying him?
am I doing advanced calculus over here down on the dunker?
Why you're
He's
Oh
saying
my God.
he's saying he's good to spread the floor because we don't really have anyone to spread the floor. But he's overpaid for what he does. But as is Claxton, as is Simmons, as is a lot of players in the league, they're all overpaid for what they actually do.
But Cam Johnson is the last player I'm attacking. I'm attacking Ben Simmons over his contract and Claxton over before
When
I
did you ever attack Ben Simmons over his contract? You only ever said, "Oh, he should have scored that one night against, Kyrie Irving." That was about it. Like, you never
I
really
said
even
about
go bad
6
on
games on Ben
Simmons.
Simmons already, man. Um,
That was some kindergarten
How-
stuff you were spewing about Simmons, man. It really
Here's my
was.
question. Here's my question about the team. How do they score 135 points? Where is your defense? Where is your big center that can stop the scoring so easily? And Ben Simmons out there, like, where's the defense been going? 135
Can I be
points.
honest with you, down in Dunker? It's a miracle that we won 10 games with Simmons and Claxton on this team, giving us almost no offense.
Yeah,
That's
the
a
thing that
miracle on Jordy's part. Nobody realizes that or acknowledges it.
the only way we won those is because of the defense, and that's just gone out the door. Like Claxton don't do
Yeah,
defense.
well, the funny part is Ben and Claxton's defense has been average this season on most nights.
And
It's been the other guys that were playing
lately
better
they have been.
defense.
Lately they all have been terrible.
I mean, Gary,
135
remember the
points.
Warriors game where Schröder and the G League guys played elite defense against the Warriors with most of their team? There was no Simmons or Claxton. It was just a bunch of G
Yeah.
Leaguers and back into the bench. And they were playing phenomenal defense.
Jonathan,
And BK saying, oh, they're bad players because they can't develop. What are you
If we
talking about?
cannot listen, if that same team that beat the Golden State Warriors, if we can't beat them in a 7-game series, who
Oh,
gives
we're
a
not trying to
shit?
beat him in a 7-game series. We're telling you about the work that was done.
Nobody
It's like keeping
cares.
records, BK.
Nobody cares.
No,
All right.
you don't care. Doesn't mean
I
me,
know we
Gary, don't
I
care.
know we
Stop it.
can't
Come
beat
on.
them in a 7-game series. Nobody
Stephen Kerr
cares.
probably cared that he lost to the fucking understrength Nets.
I'm telling
Oh
you, I
no,
mean,
but
Jonathan was
Gary, we'll keep
healthy.
Johnson and Simmons
You got
because
one
we
regular
need them,
season
but
win
we'll
against
never win a 7-game series with them, like BK's just saying.
You
Come
win
on.
against Boston. Jordi Fernandez is doing a really good job, but we can't beat them in a 7-game series. So who
We
cares?
took
We don't
them
have
to
to stop.
overtime this year. We were the first team to take the Celtics to overtime this year with probably one of the worst rotations in the
And the
NBA,
Cavs.
given the
And the
players
Cavs.
that come together, and we took them to overtime.
And
Come on,
Cavs.
BK.
I gotta pray. I gotta pray for Jonathan, man. Hold
And
on.
the
Oh,
Cavs
no.
as well.
I don't need your prayers on this one because I'm spitting facts.
Heavenly
So is
Father,
Gary.
in the name of
Come on.
Jesus,
Come
please
on, man. This is
give.
wild.
Just
I'm not
don't have
being
the
funny
just don't have the
about this,
cattle.
man.
We don't have the cattle on the
Give
team. That's all it is.
Jonathan a new
This is
brain,
wild.
right?
Uh-huh.
Please give
We
Uh-huh.
don't have
Jonathan
the
a new
cattle.
brain. All right, because
BK,
like
Look,
I know you need a vacation. I got down to the
we
dunker
gotta
getting you and Ben Simmons a flight to where he lives.
that's an
He's going to take good
expensive
care of
flight.
you guys.
and
That's an
oxidative stress
expensive
on
flight.
Jonathan's brain has been too much.
This is
Please
wild.
bless him with a new brain, please, Lord Jesus.
This is why. I mean, Gary, he overvalues two guys who are pretty much one-dimensional type players. But because one spaces the floor and one has accolades from 5 to 6 years ago, they're valuable players during a rebuild. What?
Yeah, I don't get the thing saying that Ben Simmons was a 3-time All-Star, right? Like, so what? Like, is he anymore? And will he ever be again? No. Like, what
That's
does it
why
He
matter
got cooked.
what he did in 2018?
Ben Simmons got cooked by Jalen Suggs this year, BK. I saw Suggs cook Ben Simmons. He only ran past him. And you're saying that Simmons is valuable.
Nah, hold on 1 second. Gio, he's not worth. I mean, because
No, he's not
if,
worth
if
one.
Dennis Schroeder had more years on his contract, maybe you can get
And
a
a bit
first
younger,
round pick.
maybe.
But there's no guarantee Dennis Schroeder is going to stay with the Warriors. You know,
He won't
so
help the Warriors at all. I don't know what
He'll
this
help
thing is
them.
Yo,
about his
BK,
doing now.
put up People
Can't help
Hernandez's
him.
comment, BK. Put up People Hernandez's comment. It's funny.
He's only
Yo,
funny
look.
because he agrees with your dumbass, man.
It's good.
No,
It's
look
good.
what he said. Look what he said.
It's good to look good in
Bum
a bad
10 is a
team.
dead body weight. He should have played weekend at Bernie's. Oh, damn. Yo, Hernandez.
Schroeder is good. He looks good in a bad team. That's all it was. He looked good in a bad team. I could look good playing for the Nets.
He only
But
looked good because he's playing for a contract. That's why.
When Ben
What happened to
Simmons
this
made
last
that,
season?
Wait, what, Gary?
when Ben Simmons made that 2019 All-Star team, you know who was on the team with him? Dwayne Wade. That's how long ago that was. Do you want to bring Dwayne Wade back?
Wow.
I'll bring him back.
LaMarcus Aldridge was on the All-Star. You want to bring Aldridge back?
I was
He
in
would probably
college
produce him.
then.
Let me wrap this up.
Wow.
Swap him for
Right,
Flax.
man. Jonathan is
BK,
coming up next to us,
you
man.
got cooked tonight so badly by me and
Yeah,
Gary,
but
man. We had
Walker
to
was on that All-Star
put our
game.
lawyer caps on tonight, and we had to take you to court on this one, man, with the Simmons and Jocelyn fiasco business. And once Cam Johnson gets traded and Ben Simmons gets bought out or sent home, me and Gary are cooking up a storm on nothing but Nets, on your show, wherever, anytime, any place, BK, because this has to stop.
You had your skirt, your panties, and your bra on tonight. That's what you had.
Nah, I got shorts, I got a tank top, I got a shirt on. I'm pretty good, man.
Nah, man. I think some panties there, man.
BK,
Nothing wrong with some panties and some
you coming
skirts.
on my
Nothing
stream
wrong
No,
with that.
tomorrow?
BK, you gotta change your wardrobe, BK.
What happened?
BK,
Gary.
you coming on my stream tomorrow at 3:00?
Probably working. Maybe like 5. I'll see. I'll see if I can pop in.
I
I'll
don't
let
think
you know.
we'll be on till 5. We won't be on till 4:30. So if you can't, BK, maybe some other time.
All right. Yeah. And then Sunday's my late day, man.
How convenient.
I may pop on for like 8 to 10 minutes though. But yeah, tomorrow nothing but Nets. If I can get a chance on there, I'll be on there. You know, probably for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Whatever you can do.
Claude, what did BK hold against me tonight? He got cooked. I mean, me and Gary was speaking truth. He was saying, "Oh, but Ben was an all-star. Cam Johnson spaced the
Because
floor."
he's trying to say
That's not cooking.
doesn't make it true though, Jonathan. You're a legend in your
What
own
do you mean
mind.
doesn't make it true? BK, we are rebuilding. I was right about the tank from the start. And people saying, "Oh, John,
And
too early. You're reading into too much. We need Dennis Schroeder on this team. He's important to develop the young guys." And he got traded
if
because we're supposed to get a
it
top 3 pick.
guarantees or you have a 90% chance of getting that 1 through 3 pick, I'm just saying. Then I would say gut the roster, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? You could get a number 10 pick, right? So I don't want to trade everybody right away. It's a gamble. It's very dicey, right? There's a lot
BK,
of
this is the year to take the gamble because we need a top pick for our future. This is how you build up a real contending team. You're doing it slightly from scratch. We have some young assets already through some fortune, but we got to build this the right way for this year especially. And that starts with getting a top 3, not getting a 15, a 20, or 30th pick like Sean Marks has done for his career. It's time to get a top lottery pick and hang that on your cap.
there's
That's what's
no
got to happen here.
Let the tank begin. I'm not going to put any more money
No,
on Brooklyn now. That's it. They're done.
it's embrace the tank.
That's done
All
now.
right, man. Let me wrap this up. Like, comment, subscribe, share the show. When you share the universe, good
BK
stream,
was
good
the adult in
stream.
the room. Claude, you're funny, Claude. You're funny, man. You're funny.
Yeah, man.
I
Good
was pretty
stream.
adulty.
Nah,
Good
you know what
show.
the funny thing is? The other night, Claude was criticizing BK when that other guy was talking crap to him, and he said BK was the immature one. Now I'm the immature one. Yo, Claude, you're funny, man. You play both sides of the fence pretty well, man. He
Man,
loves the entertainment,
Claude's
man.
a 70-something-year-old man, man. He's
I'm
logical.
looking. I'm looking forward to seeing
Nah,
Ben get a lot of minutes.
Claude's my friend, man. We banter with each other, me and Claude. I appreciate the fact that he finds humor in all this when we all take this,
I
pretty
take that
serious most
skirt
of the
off,
time.
Does Ben
Jonathan.
start now? Does
Take
Ben start now?
the
Is
skirt
that
off,
what's going to
man.
happen?
Oh, he could start. He could start, but
Is he
I'll
starting
start
now?
Chick Millen over him. I'll make a statement. I'll say, Ben, you're not starting. I'll give shake and bake that time. You can play off the bench and show me you can get to the hoop and actually make a free throw if I was the coach. And if Ben
I'm
can't do
looking.
that, bye bye.
I'm looking forward to Ben getting minutes, but he might get 6 points. What
Down
do
to
you
the
hope for,
dunker. I
Reno?
would down to the dunker. I would count on you to make more free throws than Ben Simmons, man.
Ben Simmons is doing just
Shit.
fine right now. He's doing exactly
Just
what I want him
fine.
to
He
do.
had no points against the Bucks.
I
You
don't,
tell me that was a fine
you
performance?
say you want him to tank if he scores 16
Oh,
points, right?
Yeah,
And
he's the
I
man
want
for the
he's
BK,
doing
team.
what
exactly
part
what
of
I want him to do right
individual
now.
development did you not understand when I said the season started? I want to see these
He's
guys
doing
develop
exactly what I
somewhat.
want him to do right now. This is exactly what I want him to do.
Exactly. So
Not
playing like
contribute
crap
something.
is good for you with this guy that you praise and glaze.
Yeah,
And
but I
you'll
look
run
at the
through a
bigger picture.
maze
I
for
look at the
this
bigger
guy.
picture. I look at the bigger. He's doing he's doing exactly what I want him to do. Not contribute to any kind of wins. That's exactly what I want him to do right now.
This is the wildest contradiction you ever made. I don't want him to do nothing, but I want to keep him on the team because I need him to run the offense.
Yeah, I want him
BK,
just to set up the rookies.
that's
Just
just
keep
wild.
setting up the rookies. That's all I want him to do. Set up the rookies. Just keep
Yeah, on the
passing the
bench, he's a great a backup point guard. 15, 20
Yeah,
minutes.
he's so great that anytime he does a play on the court, we all want to turn our screens off. He is so great, man. Wow.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what I want him to do, man. Not contribute to any kind of winning. Thus, actually giving us a better chance of getting a draft pick, man. All right, so like, comment, subscribe, share the stream. Good show tonight, guys. Good show. He said, "Wait, hold on, let me get Geo's over here." He said the problem here
Man,
is
that
going
was exciting.
that still play hard. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I said fire
They
Jordi.
won't win though. They can't win even if they play
BK,
hard.
your take on Jordy is
Fire Jordi.
wild, BK.
If
It
he
is
doesn't,
wild. Yeah, yeah,
thank you,
fire him.
Gio.
Come on.
Now, Gio, before we go, real quick, answer this in the comment, real quick. Do you want if Jordi Fernandez is not with the tanking plan? Should Sean Marks fire him?
No,
Why not?
because they can't win anyway. No matter how hard they play, the
Yeah,
Nets
Yeah,
can't
but
win
the team,
games.
I mean, they could get a lot. They can get a lot of wins though, man. You know, not a
Oh,
lot of
maybe a
wins, not
couple
a
more
lot
with
of wins.
points.
what? We just lost our best point. Wait, BK, we lost the heart of the
Yeah,
offense, the
No,
head of the
if
snake. You act like we're still going to be
Cam
winning?
it's a
when
big
Cam
out.
Thomas comes back and they're playing hard, I mean,
They'll
theoretically,
just guard Cam Thomas like two on one like they have been
exactly.
doing.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you. Jordy can actually get unexpected wins. Yeah. If these guys are playing hard when Cam Thomas comes back, because you play hard, you're going to be in games. You're going to be
Who's
in
running
games.
point, BK? If Simmons ain't running point for 38 minutes anymore, Shake Milton
They,
only gives you scoring, really. So if Thomas is the only guy offensively contributing, you're probably
Nobody's
not going to
talking
win a lot
about
of those
Ben
games
Simmons
with
here,
just
man.
Thomas.
Nobody's talking about Ben Simmons here. What I'm saying is that if these guys play hard and you got Cam Thomas comes back and they're in games, Cam Thomas can close some games. He has that ability to close games out for you. He does.
We know this. He's one of the best closers in the league, but you need to be near the lead or like not behind like 10, 15 points. This team is showing you that defense is slowing
and
down a bit because better teams have better chemistry than some of them do right now because they're starting to
remember,
feel the grind of the season right now. And Thomas by
remember,
himself can't give you everything. He needs
we have
pieces
no
with him.
center. Remember, BK,
Yeah,
we have
we
no
don't have a
center.
center. We just got rid of our best point guard, and you get rid of more pieces. Thomas can't carry it by himself. So what are you talking about? We're going to win
It's gonna be hard.
unexpected games.
It's gonna be
It's
hard to
going to be
stop.
very hard.
Gio said that. I mean, I agree with him that you can win
If
unexpected
Claxton
games
was
if you play
better,
hard.
Wow,
Claxton
Claude's
was
the
better,
best.
maybe.
Ben is our best point guard. Wow,
All right.
Claude actually gave Ben
Hey,
a
I'm gonna talk for
compliment.
like 2.5 hours. All right, all right, all right.
That
It
was
wasn't
a good one.
this long, man. All right, so definitely
Oh,
like,
fun
comment, subscribe,
show.
share the stream, and then when you share, the universe shares back with you. Peace.
Jeez.
Have
All
a
right.
good night,
All
everybody.
right.
See you tomorrow.